Yeah.
You metagaming little.
Well, now that was on stream, so best
But
of
who
both
is he
worlds.
talking about?
It's true.
The
Oh,
Mr.
hold on.
Game.
I can make a poll for that. Who's the metagaming little
Who's
fuck?
the metagame? Well, I didn't call him a little fuck, but
You absolutely said metagaming little fuck.
I just said metagaming little, and I let the audience fill in the blank.
Yeah.
He got us there. Nailed it.
Brought us to the promised land, of course.
Little dash.
For some reason, it feels like we haven't played in a long time. Maybe it's just been a long.
I think it's just the week you probably had leading up to it.
Yeah.
At least I can say that for myself.
Yeah. Yep. It's good to be back.
It is.
We'll keep that up for 10 minutes. Start poll. There we go. Boom.
There it is.
Something
I
to
know
do.
which one of those it can't be.
You could have been talking about yourself. Yeah.
No. Okay, there's two of those it can't be. Yeah, one of them.
We could also definitely be talking about Ray behind his back.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Oh, Ray, trapped in work. Hopefully they will.
Poor guy. Yeah. So just so everybody knows, Ray should be here later. That's it.
Yep.
That was the whole
Okay.
thing.
No emergencies, just working.
Yep. So how's everybody doing today? What's up? What's happening? What's new?
Pretty good. Pretty good now.
Yes.
We're so close to the weekend. Oh,
Right? What day is it? Thursday? We do this on Thursdays? I should know
It's Thursday?
that. Yeah.
I feel like Aaron's life is a chaotic mess. You know, he just kind of goes through the day and somebody has to remind him, hey, it's Monday. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, shit. Okay.
You just do the
Is it?
The best is when I'm informed there's a holiday or something. I'm just like, oh, thank God.
That was last week.
Yeah.
It was. It was great. I was like, I really don't want to go to work tomorrow. Like, I might call in sick. And then one of my coworkers is like, good thing it's Easter. Do we get Monday too? No.
like, well, I'm calling sick Monday.
Well.
Yep.
This is the last Thursday that is my Friday for a while, so I'm soaking it in.
You're gonna be working Fridays?
I only work Monday to Thursday.
Oh.
Starting next week. Yeah, boys clocking in for 5 days a week.
Rip.
Disgusting.
The 5-dayer.
Put the right kind of music on here.
One of
You know what? It is disgusting. 5-day work week.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I was a lot happier when I was working 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Oh, and those 3 days a week. Oh.
My favorite is actually the 2 a days.
2 a day is just right. Unless we're going for 1 a day.
Yeah. Or my numbers come up and then I just work when I feel like it.
Yeah. That would be good.
There
Numbers.
I was going to apply to a job that has 4-day work weeks because Katie knows a friend there, but she was like, "You don't want to get hired right now because like it's very hectic and we're kind of like behind on things." And I'm like, "Ooh, I don't want to touch that shit." Could you imagine coming into work and you're so backed up and they're like, "Yeah, this is all
Everything
yours
for
now.
you.
Everything is for you. We
Aaron-
hired you just for you."
I was gonna say Aaron goes to work every day backed up.
Hey. Did little digestion joke for you.
The problem is, Paige, is if they ever catch up to where they're supposed to be,
They don't
it
need
means
you.
They've got enough people working.
Yeah.
They're not going to need to hire anybody.
Cool.
You know what? See, I just want to be hired and like ease into the position, not like trained, and then be like, okay, you know everything. Here you go. And then you're like, I know nothing. You just gave me a booklet that just explained your software fucking 3 years ago, and I have to put the pieces in. Like, okay, this update did this, and this did that.
This is oddly specific.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is exactly what happens in my company.
Like perfect rhythm where you start a new job, do like that 3 to 4 week training period because it's complex, and then during that just start failing so constantly they have to let you go, and then you just keep doing that. So you're just training,
Just
at new
hopping
jobs.
from place to place.
Yeah, never actually doing any work the entire time. When you do you have to watch all of like their bullshit like videos, like this is a workplace appropriateness, and you have to watch that like 5 times, which may be worse.
That really reminded me of the old German forklift training video. You guys remember that on like YouTube or whatever? And like the guy just gets like run over and like lifted up, and he's like, ah. The guy driving the forklift doesn't know what to do because he's impaled his buddy. It's a really old poll, and if I can ever find it, I will share it with the world again.
Yeah, the power of YouTube.
Power of YouTube. Well, hello everybody. We're the casual ones with inverted axes, and welcome to our Thursday Dungeons & Dragons live stream. If you've never been here before, this is Campaign 2. You missed Campaign 1. That's gone. Never coming back. But Campaign 2 is here to stay until we finish it. If you haven't seen all these episodes, we have some of them on YouTube. Some of them are in our VODs list on Twitch. We're working to integrate and migrate, synergize those lists. But we're not there yet, so you got to find them yourself. Do the legwork. Don't be a fucking Gen Zer.
It's not. It's not possible.
No, it's possible.
Well,
For most of it.
yeah, maybe.
There's one that it doesn't work with.
Yeah,
Just
at
one.
least Yeah.
Just go from 2 to 4 and it'll be fine. 3 was a shit show.
Fill in the blanks with your mind.
Just pretending you'll get there. It's fine.
That's
I think you guys were like in the ruins that day too. There was
Yeah, it
like
was
one
pretty
VOD that got like thunderfucked because we had to restart the stream 3 times because my computer was failing so hard. A little behind the scenes for you. So that needs to actually be like cut together and then it'll be fine. But anyway, we stream other stuff. Coming out, watch this. Watch me figure out time.
Yeah,
Coming
nail it.
out this Tuesday, we're actually going to be doing our finale for Snowcatch Valley, which is run by Aaron. It's our mystery of the week, set in the 90s with some crazy, weird, monstery things. So that's going to be interesting. Last week, you may have heard me say that we were going to be doing our finale 2 days ago. That was finale part 1. This is finale part 2, the finale.
Yeah, the final finale.
The final finale, exactly.
In cold blood.
We're
Part
just
two.
saying it's like Marvel, so that we have to split our
Yeah,
money,
yeah,
get
yeah.
more money.
Yeah.
This is
you know?
we're in the end game now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Last week, Infinity War. This week,
End game. Yeah. And then the week after that, we're going to be starting No Way Home. No, I'm joking. After that, we're going to be doing.
Sorry.
So once this wraps up, we're actually going to be going back to Tuesdays being Through the Breach. So Ray's going to be picking up our Through the Breach run with the characters that you knew before, and Braxton and company, whoever the else the other people were. Samuel and it's not Grub. It's the other name. Whatever.
No,
Hal.
I'm Samuel.
Yeah, no, I know that. And then I went to Jardine because his face was there.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, Hobgoblin, Grub, not Grub. I don't know his name. Next, Hal.
Gus
Gus.
Yeah.
for Augustus.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because we knew you by Augustus.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, did you ever say that to us?
I don't
on
think
Yeah, I
stream?
think when I first introduced the character.
Bullshit.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, if you want to watch some other stuff, we do that on Tuesdays as well. And I believe next week on Thursday, just so you know, we are doing a thing where I get a break once a month, fantastically, which means Brickley is going to be running a continuation of the Spooky campaign. We did
Bingo bango.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna make one of your friends eat the rest of you. I mean, we don't know.
Oh
what's gonna
right,
happen.
yeah. If you missed the last episode, it's pretty fantastic. Someone might transform into a were-jackal, and we don't know if we're gonna die.
Some kind of cat.
Oh, were-squid. Sorry.
Were-squid, yes.
Yeah. And he might suck us out and ink us.
actually.
A were-camel?
Yeah.
Less
Gotta watch
scary.
out for them humps.
Kind of terrifying.
How many humps does he have? I can fight
You're gonna
2,
have
but
to
any
tune
more
in-
than
You're gonna have
that.
to tune in next week to find out, I guess.
Every time it steps, it goes my humps. My lovely lady.
That got worse.
Went to
Don't
a
bring
place it shouldn't have.
Yeah. But that's not what we're here for today. Today, we're here for Dungeons & Dragons. So, let's talk about what happened last episode. The party here made their way back towards Torin. At the beginning, they fought a water monster, which
Yeah.
reminded some people of old Jello.
Yeah.
But
Water
eventually...
Minotaur. That weird water
Oh, the
Minotaur
water
man.
tour. Yeah.
Water
yeah,
tour,
The
yeah.
water tour. But the party walked away hurt, but not broken or anything like that. Had some close calls. Elhorn took a couple naps during the fight, but it was all good. Grub collected
Power nap.
some water from that, took it and decided he was going to try to go back to Turin and see if he could get paid for slaying monsters, as he does like to do if he can. However, once you guys arrived back and spoke to Lord Emmett Marshall, he was not willing to buy your water off of you. He's not a big fan of bottled water, it seems. Who knows? He did talk to you about potentially going and investigating. Well, you said you were leaving to go south, so he said he was going to send other researchers to the ruins up near Inksa to the north, sort of northeast, actually. You talked to him about potentially going and up that way at some point as well, but nothing really came of that yet, so you're not sure if that's going to be a job offer that's on the table for you or not. Zelmuth and Elhorn, you both checked in with Bryce and Sons, who handles a lot of the letter distribution up here, and were sort of surprised to find that there was no letter waiting for you from your father. But after that, you all decided to kind of take a evening to decompress, had some drinks, and all made camp over at the Rebellious Rapier.
That sounds kind of right.
It is.
Aaron is the meta gamer. That's really
What the what?
You're the only person who got voted.
That was fantastic.
I was the one who said it.
Yep.
On stream.
Yep. Well,
Impossible.
congratulations, everybody. You got that right.
Wait a minute.
So,
It's been said on the internet now. It's true.
It's forever.
so where we pick up, it is now morning. Dawn comes streaming in through the windows. You guys had gone to sleep after having drinks last night. Unless there's anything additional you guys wanted to do overnight. Then the morning comes. You all have had a chance to sleep in a nice, comfortable bed for the first time in a few days after leaving Atholito. The morning is yours. What would you like to do?
There is one thing that I wanted to do. Like
Okay.
maybe it happened in the night because it's not like
Sure.
an important thing.
100%.
The little vial of water.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk outside of town and empty it out. Most of it, keep it a drop or two, so I still have the smell.
Okay.
But empty it out somewhere in the field, because they specifically said no one has a job out for it, so I don't get paid. So,
So you're trying to make more. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Respect.
Yeah.
You're trying to start a business here. You know, sometimes you
gotta
gotta.
flowing. Yeah.
I
So,
thought for a second Grub was planting the water elemental.
I mean, he kind of is.
what
Trying
I
to
do.
grow one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am trying to grow one.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were like putting down the water so you can catch the scent of another one, or if you were literally trying to grow it there. I wasn't
Yeah,
sure.
I'm growing a new one, but keeping a drop or two so I can find it in the future if I need to.
Okay. I do need to know, how far outside of town are you leaving?
Yeah, it would be.
Like, do you like go like over the wall? Like,
Oh, outside. Yeah, outside.
no,
Like,
but like, are you like leaving like an hour away, half hour away? Like,
It would be close. As soon as there's
Okay.
a tree line, that's where I want to drop
Okay.
it. Like, so it has room. He has no idea how water and elementals work, but it has room to become something without other things seeing it.
I love it.
And-
Okay.
But then we'll attack the town because that's how they make a contract.
Grub is shady. I love it. Okay. Yeah. You
You're learning. That's what he was told.
yeah. You kind of you get your dwarf costume on. You know.
Yeah.
And you sneak out in the night with your cape.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, none of the like, there's still guards and stuff like that, but they kind of know you by your look at this point, especially having saved some of the other town guard previously when you were at the ruins and stuff like that. Oh God, he's dead. Well, Grub, we'll never know what happens to Grub. But yeah, so he's able to go out. He spreads the water, finds a good tree line to put it, and comes back. But as I said before, the morning's yours. What would the rest of you like to do? Please don't leave.
Did Aaron's internet die?
I'm assuming so.
Even
Yeah.
Tailspire closed for him.
Yeah. I'm maybe his whole computer is just the gremlins.
Got
Yeah.
the gremlins.
Yeah. Let me. You know what?
Classic Gremlins.
We can see some. He just wrote in the chat. All right. Let's just. Here, I made a quick duplication, and we've got it behind his name now too. Sweet.
I would have. Go on, Charlie.
I was just gonna like go and get just like basic supplies for the travel. How long does it take to get to the next town or whatever? Do I know?
Well,
It's not a week
there's a way you
last
could
time.
find out.
Okay.
Ooh, it's the internet.
Hey,
Hey!
This is not good.
Why?
I just clicked reboot right now
On your computer?
on
On
my
your
router.
router. So we're on a
Wanna-
time limit.
We got like
Okay,
20
you
seconds.
planted the water elemental and you're good.
Awesome. Whenever I'm gone, I'm gone. You just won't know. I don't know.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Unhide that. Cool. So now when you disappear, I got an AFK for your border. We're fine. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Nah.
There
But
you go.
yeah, there's no like large cities before the border that we're gonna be coming across. So yeah, like,
watching him go. Yeah.
do I know how long it takes to get there, like by carriage?
You like off the top of your head, you wouldn't know. If you want to ask, anyone, you're more than welcome to. I mean, if you're going downstairs for food, then you can always speak with the owner, or something like that. It's totally up to you. But
Yeah.
I don't think you haven't been that far south, so you wouldn't know
Yeah.
the travel time.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go downstairs and just have breakfast and wait for everybody else to come down.
Nope, no problem. You see Ronan is kind of getting things set up. He's like setting out, like fresh new candles and stuff like that, like kind of making sure the tables are all wiped down. He sees you come down. He says, "Ah, good morning. Is there anything I can get for you?"
Just a light breakfast.
Certainly, I'll have some food brought out right away. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And before too long, he comes out. There's like super fresh, like loaves of bread that come out. He brings just kind of like a small like meat and cheese platter for you. Nothing too heavy, and there's some fresh fruit as well. You have some oranges and apples.
This is far fancier than the laughing snail.
Oh,
Thank
thank you. I'm glad to. We welcome your stay. If there's anything else that you'd need, is there any drink you'd want? I've brought a pitcher of water, but we have fresh
Water is
squeezed
fine.
orange juice or
The water is fine, thank you.
not a problem at all.
I think Zelmith will want. I think he called them mimosa.
Rowan,
Oh, Master Zelmuth, how are you?
good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, that depends on you, I guess, Rowan. Could you cook us up a batch of those mimosas you make so well?
That's the
Orange
fresh
juice
squeezed
and the
oranges.
shampoo,
Yes, absolutely. I
or
will be
wine, or
right.
whatever you've got. Either way.
I believe that we still have some champagne. I can get some of that for you, no problem. Give me a few minutes, and I will have that brought out post haste. Would you like food as well, sir?
If I don't get food, my brother will punch me. So yes.
Excellent. I will have that done for you right away.
Mm.
And he goes into the back, and about 5-10 minutes later, he comes out. He brings even more fresh bread, now kind of just for the table. Brings out some fresh pork, like basically brings out bacon. You see there's, he brings out basically your bacon, your hash browns, all the good stuff. But he brings out a pitcher that is just mimosa smelling. The whole
Good
thing.
morning, Charlie.
Good morning.
How did you sleep?
What?
Soundly? No
That's
night
good.
terrors.
I don't. I have to admit, I don't know anything about night terrors. I sleep pretty well most of the time.
No,
Sorry to hear
You
if
drink
you.
enough for that, so.
Oh yeah, I suppose yes.
Um,
I'm gonna drink now, which is really uncomfortable, but I'm still going to do it.
It's okay.
I'm going to make my way down as well.
Oh, thank God, Charlie is
Grab a
really
loaf
rough to
of-
talk to sometimes. Um,
Charlie's full of conversation.
oh no,
I just
she's
know-
great. It's just sometimes she's very blunt, and then I'm forced to be blunt, and I'm not a fan of that.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
guys saying this right in front of her?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, of
Who is
course.
this stranger?
I didn't know if
that's
you need
listening
to
to a
like roll.
conversation?
I didn't know if you need to roll stealth or something. You're fine.
No, I'm. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
You
well,
don't think Zelmith wouldn't talk about someone who's at the table?
that's fair.
We do need to get supplies for the trip to Core. Do you remember how much is required?
It's about 5 to 7 days. No?
Okay, that's not so bad then.
It's 5. So you would know because you traveled up this way. It's about 5 to 7 days to get to Core itself. To the next town's probably only about 3. 4. Sorry.
I just assumed we were spending enough money to buy food to get the core.
Fair. Yeah.
Why
I'm
would
just
you buy
letting you
food
know.
twice.
Um,
Zell
I've
said that.
I've never actually left this country. Is there like passport
I knew
requirements?
that's where that was going.
No.
You're with a peace breaker, sure you'll be fine anyways.
Starting war.
I mean, probably not.
Peacebreaker.
Oh, I'm that joke is used so many times that I've officially just yes, exactly.
yeah, the
Take my
last
second
name
drink.
is ironic. But yeah, it should only take us about a week, maybe a little less, depending on Silas drives. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
I think it'll be interesting to meet everyone's parents.
I see what you did there. It is going to be fun, yes. Actually.
It's not going to be fun.
I mean,
That's not
it's
just
going
for
to be
me.
fun
That's
some
for
of us.
everybody. That's for, you know how our father is. All right. Yes, it's going to be loads of fun. I'm actually excited to meet Silas's parents. I've heard a lot about them.
Well, his
Yeah.
father.
Yes.
Yeah, the family name, but
Is your
I'm
mother
getting
still
less
alive?
and less. It's a touchy subject.
Our mother?
Oh,
You talk
Well,
about your father, but never your mother.
Yeah, she's alive.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's a long story. Maybe we'll tell you on the road.
We do have a week.
It's going to be so
Yes.
fun.
It's going to be an interesting week. Yes.
Another batch of mimosas, please.
Oh, right away, son.
Thank you, Rowan.
A little while later, he brings another pitcher. Just to remind you, it was a pitcher the first time, so.
Yes, well, they need to drink one now.
It's morning.
It's fine. It's for everyone.
It's more of an evening thing.
What did you drink in the morning?
Charlie, I think you got that wrong. It's an everyday drink.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand he drinks it every day.
Have you even tried it?
No.
Well,
This isn't the sort of establishment I would normally stay.
so you don't want to try something new?
Not for breakfast. Not like that.
All right. Sounds close-minded to me, but whatever.
Come on, Charlie, you got to loosen up when you're with us, especially with us. I mean,
See what I
come
mean?
on.
Where's Grub?
I don't know. Am I with them?
No, you haven't come downstairs for breakfast yet. I kind of left you in the ether, just in case.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can mosey on down for breakfast as well.
Yeah. I'll come down. I have everything packed up, like my whole backpack. Everything's in it, and walk down the stairs. We sitting? We going?
You should probably eat something first, but we'll get going right after. We'll have to get
Or take the
supplies.
food for the road because
Yeah.
We're in a somewhat classy establishment. You should, eat here.
you do what makes you feel comfortable, bro.
All right. What's on the table? What did you guys order?
Bread, cheese.
Yeah,
meat.
bread, cheese, meats.
The
Some of it's
perfect-
just like cold cuts, and then some of it's actually like fried like bacon. And there are some hash browns as well.
Get that hash.
Okay, I'll have a hash brown now. You can't have them cold. But everything else in the backpack.
Everything.
One of each.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like you're gonna try to like get all of this food out of here now.
Let's get going. Come on. One slice of cheese goes in, one slice of bread goes in, and then one slice of meat goes in.
Yeah,
I think I've
exactly.
invented something.
If I put it between the bread.
Oh my god.
Welcome to Grub Sandwiches.
Yeah. Welcome to Grubway.
Oh, God.
Well,
The
not
word,
While we
employees.
have time for streaming, we should.
It's
probably
sandwich
end right
artists.
the word sub never comes into existence. It's only grub.
now.
Oh my god.
Are you
History's
hot tub
changed.
time machining Subway now?
Grubway is also just a great name.
Yeah.
for a
It's
sandwich.
good. Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah,
Okay. We'll work on franchising.
TM,
Yeah.
TM, TM.
yeah.
Anyway, I'm getting a little antsy, so why don't we just go grab our stuff and let's get going.
Mhm.
Silas, you're driving, right? Of course.
You see,
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
you sounded just like him. Of course.
Just dead inside.
Hey, guys.
Talking.
Do you want me to drive the carriage? I got it, no problem. My name's Silas. I'm the champion of the fighting pits. Hoping to find my
very well
mom, but I don't
appreciated.
know.
Jesus.
Silas is looking for his inhaler.
Yeah. Yeah. Just apologize to Ray real quick.
Oh, you actually did. That's amazing. Well done. Yeah, so you guys kind of finish up your breakfast. Zelmith, you still have about half a pitcher of mimosa. And Ronan kind of looks at you as you're getting up to leave. I need to know, are you wanting to take the pitcher of mimosa or not?
Give me a second.
I'm gonna lean to Zelda. We have to take it with us because Charlie will have it for lunch. She just said she wouldn't have it for breakfast. Didn't say no lunch.
No,
I'm just saying.
I hate it, but Charlie's right. I'm going to try and take a.
It's okay.
I know what
Drink
chat
it.
wants you
You're
to
not
do.
there, Charlie. We wouldn't have this conversation in front of you. See, she's in my head. Let's go, and I'll leave you with that.
Okay, no problem.
Give Rowan a little. And
I also give Rowan 5 gold.
It's Ronan, guys. You keep
Ronan.
you're substituting the
I know.
name of somebody you know. It's
Yes.
Ronan.
Oh,
Zelmith,
I
you're
know.
allowed to not know. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Alhorn, how dare you?
Yes, that's my mistake. Fucking A's and O's can never get them right.
No, you missed an N. It had nothing to do with the other thing.
It's whatever
N
comes
and
after.
W.
Oh, did I miss the N too? Oh,
Well, you just said Rowan.
Yeah.
It's like Ronan.
Oh, shit, okay.
Ronan.
You know
I've
what?
said it so many times at this point, you're not sure which the name is.
yeah, which one's right?
Bye.
My notes are all
You-
over the place. I have to. No.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So Ronan, as you guys leave, he starts going and clearing the table and stuff. You guys make your way out onto the street. Did you say that you wanted to go buy supplies before you leave?
Yes, just to make sure we have food.
Food
for
and a
the
map,
trip.
please.
We got plenty of food. We're good to go.
We're just in case. We'll have extra. No point not having more, right?
There are a few of us.
Plus, we put it all in the carriage.
All right.
Fair. So you guys go to an establishment that you've been to previously, the Silver Ladle. You walk in and you see that there is an assortment of basically trade goods in here. You see there's packs and bedrolls, torches, all sorts of things. And you see there is an elven woman behind the counter, and she looks up and she says, welcome to the Silver Ladle. Is there anything I can get for you today?
do you have? I believe it's called a dagger gun.
What?
What? Sorry.
A dagger gun.
He knows.
Uh.
He knows how it works more than me.
Oh. I don't. We don't carry anything by that name, unfortunately.
Well, we'll try the next place, Scrub. We'll
Yep.
just take 7 days worth of rations and a map, please. Anyone need anything else?
I thought you needed some arrows.
Yes! Yes!
You son of a
Yeah.
bitch! I hate you so much. That would
Charlie.
have been so funny.
Charlie, I think, you know what? Until we get to call, you're going to make all the decisions for me. I'm going to regret this. I know I am. But you're going to make my decisions for me.
Think about how sober you'll be.
It's going to hurt for a few days. My accent changed. It's so bad.
I don't love that idea, Governor.
When I'm sober, I have a real Cockney accent. If you don't want to like it. No, I still, let's give it a shot. Because I'm very drunk and it's 8:30.
Sorry for those rations that you're looking for.
Yes, sorry, I forgot you were there.
No, that's totally fine. Is it 7 days worth per person? Do you need?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Okay, excellent. Give me one moment. We have dried meats and things that we can certainly get together for you. So give me one moment, please. And she starts getting to work and like gathering everything together. And as she's doing that, she does kind of look over at one point and say, I do have a map, but it is a map of the continent. Is that okay? I don't have like a local map, unfortunately.
It's fine.
Excellent.
That's better.
Okay, perfect. And then she kind of goes back to getting everything done. All in all, it's only going to cost you 2 gold.
30 arrows as well, please. Thank you.
Yes, 30 arrows. One moment, please. And
That was a close one.
I'm also going to need
Charlie, what
some
did you
of those
want?
arrows back.
Do you have any flasks of oil?
Yes, like lantern oil or
Yes.
yes.
We'll take 3 of those.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Do you have any what would you call it? They're not pencils, but charcoal?
Or a quill and ink?
No,
Give me
not ink.
paper and pen and
Fancy.
inkwell and all that.
No, I don't need ink. I just need charcoal for drawings. I can't draw in pen.
Yes, yeah, I have that as well. I can get that for you too. Okay, this is going to be a lot. Give me a moment, and you guys can fucking talk about yourself while I add all this shit up for you.
I have one. I show you my pretty shittily drawn but accurate map of the 4 things we've talked about on a sheet of paper.
This is just a backup in case yours goes missing.
That's lovely,
Hey, Grub.
Thank you.
Have you ever thought about being a map maker?
I guess I could. You know, once
pretty
I've
good.
seen the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you map where
And-
monsters are?
And we're going to go to Monster Island, so somebody needs to draw
That's
it.
right here, and I just tap like a black scratch mark that goes just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, see, once you map it out, you'll be a fantastic map maker. You'll be putting your stamp on the world.
It likely hasn't been mapped in quite some time.
Well, we've already seen maybe most of it. We've seen. I came all the way from the west, so I've seen most of the west and the south. We traveled to the east, a little bit up to the north. So, not a lot of world left, but that's all right.
I don't. Yes. Okay. It's quite a big place, so I don't want you to get overwhelmed.
Lots of little caves and forests, and a lot of little things to still find.
Yes.
Do you mark down, like, what kind of monster you found and where on your map?
Never thought about that. I do mark where I killed things, and you see there's just a few little X's marked around. One near, I believe, where we are now, actually.
Yeah.
There's one nearby. But not the type, no.
Oh.
I'm not really sure how I would do that. That's getting real dangerously close to writing to me, and I don't know what that.
What if someone else did it for you?
Or you just like drew the face of the monster. Or the body.
That could be quite a nightmare to do. Some of the faces on these things.
Or a literal nightmare, yes.
Only a face a mother could love.
Well, even then, I don't think so.
Yeah. A lot of them are just spawned from nasty.
Yeah, before I met you guys, I was hunting down a couple of these spider people, half man, half spider kind of thing.
Oh,
Do we know what those are? Would Zelmuth know what those are called?
The half spider people that
I was asking Pitts, and I realized he's still doing math.
No. I have most of the math done. We're good there. Which ones? You're talking about the ones?
I was first fighting. I can send you the message of what it was.
Yeah, can you just...
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to look that up.
I think I spelled it right.
I think.
Make a history check for me, Zelmuth.
19.
So,
I think I know what it is.
what do you think it is?
I think it's a Drider.
No.
Damn, gotta give it a shot. I just.
It's a
played it as one
chitin.
of those.
Also, I think the whole stream heard me hit the, hey, play with that spell. You know, like in D&D Beyond, you can get it to pronounce the words of things.
I didn't know you could do that, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, does the stream just get your whole computer's audio?
I think it does, yeah.
Oh, well, now you know how to pronounce it. And I don't.
Hey, everybody, it's a... Got it?
Chitin. How do you spell a chitin?
Chitin. No, Chitine.
Oh. It's a half man, half spider face. I don't know.
Grub, can you
fur.
Can you do the noise again? Just so if one day we hear it, I'll know what that is.
What noise? The sound it makes when it dies?
Sure.
It goes like, for like a long time.
That's fantastic. I should ask you for that more often.
I don't think I can write that down on the map, though.
where was that on your map, though? I'm looking at all the little X's.
I point to the little X, and I believe if we didn't go somewhere while I was off stream, I think this is the town where we all met, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's right beside this town.
Oh, that's close.
Yep. Ugly little things are all over the place.
Oh, I guess we should keep an eye out for them while we go to core.
Yeah, or water guys, but no money on water guys, I guess. So we'll see.
Sorry to interrupt. I have all of the goods you need, and that will be 17 gold, please.
Sure. I'll give her 17 gold. And 2
He
extra
doesn't
gold.
like that. Someone's like, excuse me.
Pardon fucking me.
Thank you for your
Anyone but Elhorn, I
hospitality.
would have definitely stopped that.
But yeah, you guys can all make sure you add the stuff into your inventory as well. If you haven't already, make sure you do so. But yeah, you guys have lots of food, arrows, oil, the other stuff. Matt,
I'm comparing it.
Yeah.
Does it look good, like good work?
you know what? It seems like somebody spent a lot of time painstakingly making this. So yeah, it's pretty good work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it kind of line up if you move Grub's map over top of it?
Like not to scale. Like you can see some of the more like the
Like
landmark.
one triangle for a
Similar
whole mountain,
landmarks?
Yeah, you're like, okay, so he has a triangle where, yeah, I guess the mountain would kind of be. And there's a tree where there's a really big forest.
Just the tree gets bigger.
Exactly, yeah. He doesn't draw more of them. That takes too much time. Right? He just draws a bigger
Charlie's
tree.
impressed that Grub managed to at least do a somewhat accurate map.
Yeah.
It's not just like a child with a crayon.
It's important for but it's not much better than a child.
Yeah, it's relax. It's okay.
Do we have everything we need now?
Yep.
I can't think of anything else to stall, so let's go.
All right. So you guys go. You gather your carriage. By the way, I never really asked this before, but I am curious. Are you guys naming the carriage or the horses?
Oh,
Is it one horse or two?
There's two.
man. I never would have thought about it. Grub
Yeah.
naming your food doesn't really make a ton of sense.
Lefty and righty.
Left. Okay. I was curious if you guys had thought about it or wanted to name either of those things. You can think about it and get back to me. It's all
Are
good.
the horses side by side or one in front of the other though?
Side by side.
Okay, so we got lefty.
Yeah, yeah. Lefty and righty makes sense. Yeah, you don't need fronty and backy. Don't worry.
Those ones aren't very good names. Lefty and righty, fantastic. Ronnie and Becky. Well,
No like. Yeah, you use
Very-
fronto and backo. That's the way to do it. Okay,
We'll think of a carriage name.
all good. What about a party name? Jokes. I know you guys haven't
Punch
thought
drunk
about
champions.
I did honestly think the SS party was the. What did you just say?
Punch drunk champions.
it. That's really good.
it does fit.
Okay, that's good with me. We just found our name.
Punch.
That was so immediate.
I've been thinking about it for an hour. It just
really?
came to me like an hour ago. I was like, that kind of works.
Yeah,
We only did one thing. It was get drunk to a fight club and win.
it could even just be punch drunk if you guys needed to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm
It's
gonna have to
drunk
fucking tap
PDC.
this.
Oh man,
PDC.
now you guys are like a '90s rap group. Love it.
We in the PDC.
Run PDC. All right.
That's you and me. Sorry, I'm done now.
Anyway, I've been playing too much Snowcatch. Goddamn. All right, yeah. So you guys get all your stuff together. You get in the PDC mobile, and you begin heading out on your journey. As we do that, I need someone.
Carriage. Yeah.
Yeah, the punch drunk carriage. Yeah, yeah. The C's interchangeable, baby.
Yeah, everything is a C. We just got it every time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need someone to go ahead and roll a D10 for me, please.
I did it
never
last,
remember. I
so
can't.
I can do it.
Well,
yeah,
hold on.
it's
Wait.
Peaches.
There's a method to it. It's been peaches like 3
6.
times.
I did it last. I got the water tire.
Mhm.
6 is
Okay, I like it. Good stuff. All right. So you guys begin your journey. Like I said before, it's probably going to take you about 3-4 days to get to the next town. So you guys kind of settle in. Silas is driving the cart. If anybody wants to sit up with Silas, you can. If not, that's totally fine.
Yeah, I will, so that we actually have someone who can make perception checks.
I was just about to say the same.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
His eyes aren't so good till like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 in the afternoon. We'll see.
Yeah.
Whenever he wakes up out of his stupor.
Yeah,
he's zoned right the hell out. Like anybody who has driven for long periods of time, especially when you're tired, you know that there's a point in time where you are absolutely on autopilot.
Yeah, you're just auto.
And it's the scariest time when you realize that just happened and it's been happening for 40 minutes and now you've realized it and you go, well, we're fine. And I never left the lines, but like you don't lane change. Like you don't get too close. You don't get too far. Like you're just there.
look back, check for violence, just in case.
Yeah. There's there's fire.
That's kind of our fast travel in real life.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Just have a nap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. The ads stay open.
It's just a loading screen. That whole
Yeah.
time it's just like rendering the next portion of the world.
Yeah.
I'll be his eyes.
Zelmuth is in the back, very excited about the name because he knows how much his father will hate it.
Punch Trick Champion.
Yeah, Punch Drunk Champions, and he is currently in the process of like just finding a melody for a song called Punch Drunk Champions. He's gonna start writing a song.
I love it. Well,
I actually meant to ask this, but I don't remember if Zelmuth uses an instrument or not. Did he ever is he ever shown an instrument or anything like
Yeah, every time he's in the carriage.
Oh, he's
been
playing a lute, right?
holding a glass of red with his mage hand and playing music. on his ears.
Yeah, I remember now.
beautiful.
And you're doing that thing where like you strum once and then you have to tune it. Yeah, it's like, yeah,
Blum, blum.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm on
exactly.
top of the carriage. I can't stand that.
Nice.
As I'm about to leave, I'll be like, "Sorry, Charlie. Yeah, you'll take one for the team this time." And I'm gonna jump up there.
You don't like music?
I just don't like this part where he keeps repeating the same notes all the time, trying to figure. Yeah, you're gonna learn to hate it too.
Oh, okay. Well, I might join you later then.
Yeah, there's actually quite a bit of room up there, so I wouldn't mind.
Punch drunk champions. Okay, sure. Not bad.
Since it's only me and Zelmeth in the carriage now, I'm just like fully stretched out on one side of it.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, you get nice and stretched out, and while the music that he's playing might not always sound fantastic, it's always tough to listen to a song start and stop like 80 times. You know what I mean? Like he'll get to a point, you're like, okay, now it's picking up, and he's like, I didn't like that beginning. Like he changes a couple like notes and stuff, and you're like,
this is an important song, Charlie.
100%.
This song is our theme song.
We need a theme song?
I hope you're kidding.
Ha ha ha.
You'll see.
So, yeah, as we're traveling, we're just gonna like peek my head to Grub, and Silas, to keep them company. Grub, you were talking about getting a blessing before with your whole changing forms.
Oh yeah.
Usually blessings are meant from or given by gods or deities or things like that, but you don't believe in a god. So is it a culture thing?
No,
How do
it's
you-
just like I don't know how to put it. Got good enough for it,
Oh, okay.
so I get it.
Oh, that makes sense. How rare is it within your tribe?
I'm the only one.
Oh, so it is quite an honor, I would assume.
I think
So why would they, a champion as yourself, why would they allow you to leave their company?
Well, I met other people, and they let me become this.
You know, Grub, usually stories are much better when you elaborate. So when you meet these other people, what do you mean by that? Other of your kind? Others like us?
You want me to evaporate?
Not I just want you to explain yourself a little better, to keep the conversation going.
Well, I can do this, and I do it. I wear Bat out.
Yep.
And then I'll actually like go up and stand up on the rooftop with him, and just kind of like let the wind take the cape and let it like blow through my freshly sprouted hair and my ears in the wind.
Make a performance check for me.
Can my music give him bardic inspiration?
Absolutely not. You're playing the beginning of a song a whole bunch of times. That ain't it.
I'm in the preparing stages of playing our theme.
You
song,
can't see
creating
him.
our-
Okay.
It was going to be a passive bardic inspiration. That's why I was
The beginnings of our theme song play inside. I got a 14 as I'm standing.
You know what? He looks kind of regal in the way he's like the most regal bat person you've ever seen. I would say.
The cape actually quite completes this whole thing. You should keep it.
Oh, that's the plan. Yep, I think it's pretty good. And yep, and so I can do this, and apparently I deserve it. But I do have to kill more monsters to prove that I can keep it. So that's why I'm gonna fight him. But
So
Silas there, his mom's in trouble. We gotta help him, so that's all right.
what if humans are creatures in their own right? Would those count?
No,
That-
you know when you see him. Like if it's a half spider, half person, definitely that's a creature. You got to kill that one. Most of the time, you know when you see it, but most time people's when they're talking, that's not a monster.
Okay.
Sometimes they talk though. That's the tricky part.
Hmm. And these monsters that you kill, do you have to bring something back to these individuals that deem you worthy, or is it more like a god thing?
No. There's no gods. That's silly to think. They need me to take down a lot of things. And I'll roll back and like show him my little belt. That's like kind of under like one of my flapping clothes. And there's like little jars, and you Elhorn even saw me like bottle up that ghost dog blood stuff. And one of those are there, and there's one like with a little webbing around the topper for like the spider person.
Okay.
So I got to collect them, and I got to prove it.
Hmm. Grub, I actually do believe in a god. So,
Oh,
not everybody does, and that's understandable.
yeah.
But, I was like you for a long time. I didn't believe in gods either, but this one, I don't know. It just his name just it just always ended up being true for me. So it's yeah. But anyway, and how many vials did you say you had?
You see like 3 or 4 there. There's
Okay.
the dog one that you saw, the one with a bit of web on it from the spider person. One with just a few drops of the oily water from the thing, and then there's just
Okay.
one.
Okay. And how many do you have to kill to prove your worthiness?
I don't know. I just got to bring them back, and they'll let me know if I did good.
Interesting. So, hypothetically, if you were to never go back, what happens to your powers?
And they just stay like this, kind of.
So there's more to you, or there potentially could be more to you if you prove yourself.
All the time. Ever since you've known me. There's always more.
You know what, Grub? That is the most accurate thing I think you've said in a long time. Yes. I'm always surprised.
Yeah.
Well, we'll try to help you the best we can killing these monsters. And
I hope so.
I'm excited to see your next evolution.
Me too. Maybe I'll learn to fly. You guys are mentioning that. Maybe I got a cape now. And,
Maybe. But the second you grow wings, Selmith is going to try to take you down. So
that's a good point. Yeah, I'll stay right underground.
That's,
if you can choose the next part that transforms, just
Yeah, it
don't
won't be.
choose the wings.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. You're right. So what's your god do?
He is the god of luck, Emis.
What does he do though? Like to make
well,
you
just like-
believe in him?
Sorry, say it again.
Like for you to believe in him, like
Yeah,
what?
his big thing is obviously luck and giving people kind of miracles in a way. And I found that my whole life has kind of been just one big lucky coincidence, as you might say. Sometimes it doesn't start off that way, but it always ends up working out.
Does he have like an opposite god or something?
That's a Pitts question.
Make a history check for me, Elhorn.
Thank you.
No problem.
Is there a god of bad luck?
18.
Is it the same?
18. You know that with Umis, the whole premise is that he controls luck on like both ends. He'd be like real life Aaron's nemesis. Like he'd be the one that takes it away from Aaron and gives it to Jardine. Like he would be responsible for that.
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
well,
but
actually, Grub, he. Oh, go on.
no, go ahead. You're good.
He actually does both. He can give you and take away your luck. And apparently, I've been on his good side for a long time.
Well, if we ever meet him, maybe I need to have a bit of a talk then.
Maybe. See, I'll give you an example. If we haven't met you guys, Zelmuth and I probably would have met that monster by ourselves, and you probably would have died. So, it's one of those things where it doesn't look anything at first, but it always kind of comes back.
But isn't that just like, that's just like how life works? Like if I didn't choose to go to where you were, we would have never met.
Yes, and your life could have been very different. You could have met a monster that you couldn't have beat.
No. I would have found different monsters. I would have probably gone to Monster Island by now.
True, but you would never have known Monster Island because you would have had to come to us to the library, in which you do not read, so you would never have known.
Okay, let's not get reading into this. I would have found it eventually. Maybe not quickly, but I would have found it.
No doubts there. You might have.
I'm pretty sure I was chasing a monster to Monster Island, so.
Yeah, true. But again, you probably would have
right
just
now.
collected. You probably just would have collected your gold from the first monster and not have traveled to the cave. So,
Oh well, Horn, you've got a lot to learn about monster hunting.
you know what? I have a great teacher.
Me? You want me to? I could show you
Yeah.
things.
Why not? I mean, we're going to be together for at least for quite some time, so I wouldn't ask for a better teacher.
Okay, one tip.
Sure.
When you see a creepy thing out in the wild,
Okay.
imagine a door and treat it like a door. Don't be fragile. Kick it. I've seen how you do it. Do exactly that.
Okay. Can I ask a question?
I didn't feel like we needed one, but yeah.
If a door pulls, how are
That's,
you supposed to kick it?
doors don't do anything.
It would have
else.
just,
Do something.
if it would have just been easier to open it instead of kicking it,
Yeah, sometimes it's very easy to open a monster. You get like a good angle on it. It's like a sleep in a cave.
Yeah, not what I meant, but thank you for the demonstration. I appreciate that.
You're wrong.
Next monster I see, I'll treat it as a door.
Thank you.
So it's at about this time, Grub and Elhorn, while you guys are kind of talking, Charlie and Surprise Ray.
Oh, Silas opened his eyes. Hi, Silas.
What's happening?
He's definitely doing that on purpose.
Having a stroke.
Attaboy. But for everybody Charlie, you were inside. You wouldn't see this. But Grub, Silas, and Elhorn, you see sort of like out in the field, a bit of a distance away, with all of your passive perceptions, you see what could only amount to looking like almost like suits of armor or something coming up out of the ground. Not moving. They're just like half buried. And there's a bunch kind of all over the place.
Okay.
That's bananas.
Question.
Answer.
Does it look like a grave? No. Let me rephrase. Does it look like a place where soldiers go and kind of retire their armor type of thing? Or is it more like there was a battle here?
From this distance, it's hard to tell. This is probably a couple hundred feet away, like off the road.
Yeah,
you
we can see them coming up out of the ground, like literally.
not moving. Like you just see things that are half in the ground. Like you see like the torso of armor and stuff, but you can see like, you can tell that like earth has been pushed up, or like the earth itself is like coming up to the torso.
Okay.
So this seems to be something that's been coming out from the bottom. But you see like there's a whole bunch, and some are even like bigger than like medium size. Like some seem kind of large and bulky, but nothing's actually moving from what you can see at this distance, at least.
Okay.
There's a bunch of stuff out there.
Yeah, I'll hop down from the top and like point at it and be like, Silas, free armor. And then I want to hop on one of the horses and steer him toward it.
Grub, no.
All right, make an animal handling check for me.
I think we've done more animal handling checks
Than I
we've
ever have
done.
asked for before. Yeah. I will say, Silas,
Yes.
if you want, you can contest this with your own animal handling check because you are still holding the reins.
Tested animal handling.
I know,
You
right?
know what? Because it's the first roll of the night, let's get a loss out of the way here for me. Let me
Attaboy.
just go ahead and get that character sheet pulled up.
I think you're really getting the hang of the song now, Summit.
You. Is there too many like lightning jokes about in there?
More.
Maybe.
Pull back on the lightning. See, this is why you're making all my decisions for me.
11.
Grub?
No, it was a 10.
Okay. So like the carriage starts to kind of turn a bit, but you're able to get the animals. You've been driving this whole time. You get the animals back under control.
What the heck is wrong with this thing?
We
Silent.
don't
Free armor.
we don't leave the trail with
We-
the horses.
Nope.
We can pull over.
We always leave the trail. That was my for
But
even
now with the horses, the carriage can't handle it. We can move. Now, like gently
Like pull
guide it to
over.
the edge of the trail and pull over. Like
Yep.
just grumbling.
caution, friend.
Why are we stopping?
Caution.
I'm gonna
like-
poke my head through. There's some
Jesus
Armor.
Christ.
oh hi. Some of the music is coming quite. Never mind.
Are you learning to play the
As
triangle?
soon as he puts his head out of the carriage, it works every time. And I just start playing music. It wasn't out of tune.
There's armor kind of sticking out, and Grub thinks
Like
that
chest
it's free
armor?
armor.
Or bodies.
I couldn't see from this distance. We're getting a bit closer now.
Yeah, how close are we? I'm gonna like hop off this horse because it's not listening to me.
Yeah. Like you said, you're a couple hundred feet away. Like you'll have to walk for a little bit
Okay.
to get over
Once. Well, yeah. Once we're pulled over. All right. Yeah. I'm like, come on.
Okay.
Certainly is curious. Yeah, I like hop off with him because
Yeah.
far be it for me.
Before
to
we
not
get too
protect
close,
him.
though, can I like hop on top of the carriage to try and get a better vantage?
So yeah, before you guys leave, feel free to hop on top and you can roll a perception check if you like.
Up on top.
Sure.
baby.
It's a 10.
10.
Any signs of the ambush, Charlie?
Yeah, so from what you're seeing, like it just looks like actual from the ones that are kind of facing towards you. 'Cause some have like their backs towards you, and a couple are kind of facing back. You don't see like flesh or anything, or even like skeleton, anything like that inside. You do see faces though, but you're not sure what they're made out of. But you feel pretty confident. Like the coloration is too similar to the armor itself. Yeah.
It doesn't look like people, but it's weird.
Okay.
It could be a
Or
trap.
like I'm being dragged forward by the hand by Grub.
Yeah.
Like when a dog walks
Like
you.
one of those, yeah, like one of those Instagram pictures, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, and as you guys kind of hop off and start heading over towards whatever this might be, I think that's where we're gonna go ahead and take a break.
Good. I am exhausted from playing.
I know, it's been a while.
We'll give Silas a break.
Yeah, let him
Gotta
recoup
stretch
a
my
little
legs.
bit. Yeah. We're just gonna take a quick
Whoa,
break here,
yay.
everybody. Yeah, help me stretch my hammies. Yeah, like I said, we'll just take a quick break. Watch the volume. We are gonna play ads during the break as we usually do. Just make sure they don't blow your eardrums out or nothing like that. But otherwise, we will see you in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Dope.
See you soon.
See you all.
Kapow.
And we're back. Let's get this happy shit out of here.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
So,
Hey, no, bring
I
that
touched
back.
the armor.
you're dead.
Oh, no.
Power World, kill.
Oh.
Can we see what's, if anything's holding the armor?
Oh, hold the fuck on. Everybody
Yeah,
calm this
let him
shit
do an
down.
intro because I
Oh
want
my
to say
God.
something too.
Welcome back, everybody.
Hi.
So, in case you missed the first half, the party here, first of all, they name themselves the Punch Drunk Champions.
Yeah.
Everything is true about that statement.
Everything's true about that statement. But they spent the morning having breakfast, gathering supplies for their journey, and they departed south towards Kor. Along the way, Elhorn and Grub had a pretty interesting conversation in which Elhorn tried to teach Grub how conversations work, to no avail.
Well, hold on. Elhorn went right to religion. Like right away, tried to push
Well,
his religion.
Before that, though, he was like, "So, like, tell me more about you," and you're like, "No."
Yeah.
But yeah, so and then in the distance, Grub, Silas, and Elhorn. Silas, who had been half asleep while driving the whole time on autopilot, you guys had noticed that in the distance there was a bunch of, it looked like armor being birthed from the ground.
Per usual.
Yeah. So,
Detect magic.
okay, what's the range?
30 feet?
Oh.
60
Do you want to
feet?
get there first, or you want to just cast it now?
It's 10 minutes.
Okay.
So if it's going to take longer than 10 minutes, no.
Okay. No, it's only going to take you like 10 minutes to get over there. But we'll say that you cast it, halfway or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you all kind of make your way over in that direction, Grub leading the way. And as you arrive, and Zelmuth, your detect magic goes up, it doesn't really pick up anything. But as you guys get closer, you see all of these like big suits of armor. Like I said, some are much larger. Some of them are different shapes and sizes. You see some that are very lithe, that seem to have these like long curved swords still in their hand, still sort of at a readied motion. You see these like large hulking, like 7 foot tall things, and you're only seeing from maybe the shoulders up. And as you arrive and you start looking at the faces, you notice that they're all some kind of a mechanical creation of some kind, or at least there's a faceplate there. As you kind of go and start looking, you can see in the backs of some of these, you can see where like through the actual metal itself, or like in gaps in the metal, you can see gears and stuff like that. And it's just a bunch of somethings coming up out of the ground.
Some sort of vast automaton. No, sorry. When you said that they're 7 feet tall, is that like from the shoulders to the head, the pit that we can see? That's 7 feet.
No, I'm sorry. So there are a couple. So just so you know, there's probably about like 30 to 40 of these things in this area, like kind of spread around. Some of them are more out of the ground than others. You're kind of gauging from what you're seeing for, there's one that's like shoulders out. There's one that's like more of like a waist out. You're gathering this would probably be, if it was standing on the ground beside you, about 7 feet tall.
Okay, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Could I roll a history check to see if I recognized like the make of these things at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I wanted to roll one of those as well.
Yep. Anybody who's trained in it can roll it.
17.
I'm just going to start pulling at one of the swords or armor, see if I can lift it up.
18.
Sure. So we'll start with the rolls first. So for you two, you take a look at and with the history check that you rolled, nothing is overly familiar about this. With the rolls that you got, however, though, there's something in the back of your mind that just keeps reminding you of the ruins that you were in. You're not sure if it's like some of the like design choices, like just on some of the tapestries, you did see some of like the patterning of it. And even on these, like you can see some markings around the shoulders and kind of like looped down around the chest. It seems weirdly familiar. Grub, as you start going and like looking at these things and inspecting weapons and things like that, most of it's in pretty poor shape. A lot of the swords have like chips out of it. They're mostly like rusted at this point. They're not in very good condition. But if you want to try to, you can try to like pry one out of the hand of one of these.
Yeah, I think I would start with maybe like a chest plate that's grabbable and try and like get under it, lift up a little, see if it moves at all.
Yeah. So as you kind of find one that's waist out and higher, you kind of try to get under the chest plate. As you push on it, it moves slightly, but as you kind of look, and you're not too weak of a person. Actually, make a strength check for me.
Actually, I don't have great
I'd like
strength.
to roll sense danger, please.
I am tenacious, but I'm not too strong. 6.
6. Yeah, no problem. You don't get it very far, and you kind of turn back and you realize that this isn't like a removable piece. Like you kind of lift up and you feel the whole thing try to go with it, and being that it's buried in the ground so far, the whole thing itself doesn't move. And you kind of look underneath, and you can see that this is a layer on top of it, but it's absolutely like all attached. Like there's actually like rods and stuff that are like holding this in place.
I think these are like turtles or something, guys. Not literally, but you know what I mean.
I sort of look at Silas. Does this remind you of anything?
Seems similar to the ruins we were in, but I can't really place what it is. Also, pits, are they all similar in design? Like they don't appear to be like from like another nation or
From
like,
everything
different
you're
types amongst
seeing,
them?
make an investigation check for me.
Sure.
Also, are they all soldiers? They're all soldiers. None of them are any kind of other automaton.
They seem soldier-like to you, just in that they
Their design
are metal. You know what I mean?
Are-
And like some of them have
Alright,
weapons,
got a
but
dir-
they don't all carry
got a dirty
weapons
20.
themselves. Dirty 20? Yeah, the same kind of markings and designs seem to be on all of these. You're not noticing anything that like stands out as being different.
Perhaps some automated force of soldiers like golems, but not magical in nature.
Like
Can
also
I
from thousands of or before the revival?
possibly?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
This isn't a small thing, guys. This is
No, this
This is something from before the revival, in the middle of nowhere, when they're impossible to find.
and
Stuff like
how have we not heard people talking of this as something to see outside of town?
looking around the area, did this look like this happened a while ago, or like they were dug up, or
Make
they just,
a.
like appeared here?
You can make a nature survival check for me. I'm just going to close my door because there's loud cars outside. But yeah, nature or survival. Roll 1.
Hey, Pits,
Nature check.
are any of them in like disrepair? Like, I don't mean rusted, but I mean like maybe missing pieces.
Make an investigation check for me.
I rolled a 12.
12? It's kind of hard to tell, what with the rain that was fairly recent, but you take a look at the ground itself and the way it's coming up, and it doesn't seem like it seems somewhat fresh because the ground has been wet. That being said, you definitely remember on your trip up here, you don't remember seeing them. And this is something that, like, you can see the road from where you are. You can see your carriage from where you are.
Yeah, this had to have just happened.
Either-
How would, and no one had noticed this and then not dug it up?
Do
We
we
didn't pass these when we came from Core.
place a sign stating that we saw it first,
Put our name on it.
discovered by the punch drunk champions?
That would be the most insane sign ever. What would that mean? We have no notoriety.
This is how we start.
This is
Sure. I mean, you guys. I mean, I don't think we loot. No such thing as bad press, is what I'm basically saying. So, sure, by all means.
I would have stayed back on the road, just to draw what I saw, like the landscape, but also keeping an eye on the carriage just in case this is a trap.
No problem. You can roll a perception for me if you like, Elhorn.
Perception.
Are we sure this isn't
That's an 8.
alive?
We don't know.
They don't appear to be moving. Now, sorry, you said there appeared to be some sort of like faces beneath them. Are they actual faces in terms of like showing humanoid features, or are they mostly like?
Yeah, they're humanoid
Check.
features. You're seeing eyes that like are kind of like, for us we would know like it's dull. There's no light behind them or anything like that. They do seem to be like some kind of a glass or something like that. But yeah, they have like the features of like a nose and a mouth. But
I'm gonna be kind of climbing up onto one that's holding a sword and standing on the arm a bit. I do want to try and push the sword, or whatever I can to get the sword out of the hand if possible. So I don't know if you want me to make a strength check for that again.
Make sure you're leveraging yourself against the shoulder with your back and like pushing at the sword with your feet.
Everything I've got. Yeah.
it would be another strength check for sure.
Nat 20.
Okay, so you kind of
It's gonna be bad.
you take a look to like the way the hand is gripping the sword. You notice that the thumb doesn't seem to like be fully closing it. So there is like there's an exit. You know what I mean? Like where the finger, you can come out this way.
Okay.
So you kind of like brace yourself a little bit, kind of the way that that Ray said. You kind of brace yourself up against part of the machine, and you just put all your weight into like around where the pommel is, staying away from the blade, and push it on that side. And you push, and then you hear like, ping. The thumb just like kind of snaps off.
Yeah.
And then the sword itself ends up coming out of the grip, and the grip kind of seems to loosen a bit, while still somewhat holding the form of what the hand was doing. But yeah, the sword kind of falls to the ground. Ting, ting.
And then I look back at the thing's face.
Nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Can we see?
I back up like 30 feet.
Are we able to see like inside, like the gaps on these things, or are they?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's sort of like gears and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, like aside from gears, like some sort of power source, if they ever had one.
From where you're looking and like the angles you're able to look into, you can't see if there was any kind of power source in there or what it could be. There are parts on the inside that seem to be closed off. You're not sure if that's like for protection's sake or something like that, but there are more bits in there.
How big is a? Sorry, go on, Charlie.
I was gonna say, are we taking one apart?
I mean, that's up to Silas.
Yeah, do you guys want to? I was just gonna try and wake it up.
Worried that if we do wake one up, they all awaken, and if we don't die in the process, we unleash them on the general area.
I'll take a horse and let.
You would, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
Lauren
good
would
at
be
taking a
fine.
horse.
But who better to wake them? Like some next random traveler, or us.
That's also a very good point. Detect magic has been up. Nothing. No pain.
Nothing
No
magical.
nothing.
Nothing.
Wait, Zelman, you got arrows. You do it. And I hop off and seeing everyone else back up. He's like, well, there's a lot of them.
All right.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. I command the automaton, rise.
Not today.
Make a persuasion check.
Yeah, you know I will.
Oh.
It was almost 18. Instead it's 8.
Oh.
Nothing happens.
I scooch behind Silas a step.
Okay. Well, I'm all out
I
of
make an
ideas.
attack
Do it.
on the robot.
All right, roll a ranged attack for me.
Fire away.
Fire away.
Hit it with your best shot.
That's the one. 16.
16. You take a shot at one of the automatons, and the arrow aim is okay. Again, you're a little rusty since high school, but the arrow kind of like hits the shoulder and skips off.
Nailed it. Don't want to do any damage to it if it's worth a lot. So
I don't think that would wake it up. I don't think that would wake me up.
I don't want to damage it. What if it's worth a lot of money? It's revival stuff. It's worth.
If it's a monster, it's worth money dead.
Fine, then I'll actually hit it this time.
Got my hand like on
Fire
on the handles just in case.
I'm gonna roll so much worse.
I'm still in werebat form, so
Yeah. No worries.
ready to go.
11.
You see, he kind of lines up the next shot, but he's going for the head shot. You know what I mean? Like he's going for the impressive shot here. Goes about a foot to the right of the head.
Shoot Charlie a wink. Watch this.
Zelm, if I believe you need to square your stance and align your
I think
shoulders.
it's the bow. I'm just gonna restring it. Give me 1
Okay.
second.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead.
Doing!
And I'm
Yeah.
just gonna go up and slash at it with my claws.
All right.
I'll try and pry like a piece off of it.
Of the same one he's attacking, or no?
Sure.
Okay.
We just look like mad people in the middle of this field.
As they're doing whatever they're doing,
Yep.
I'm just gonna write a note, and I'm gonna put it into a scroll. I'm gonna tie it onto Lucy's foot,
Mhm.
and then just have her kind of on my shoulder, and then just watch the carnage
will.
that is.
Does the note?
breaking up.
Yeah, it's his will. I leave everything to.
Yeah, the notice to Lord Emmett to tell him that we've found this thing and that we were the ones that found it. I'm gonna send her to
Okay.
town, but I'm just kind of watching
No worries.
and seeing them
So Grub,
mess this all up.
no worries. Give me an attack roll.
You betcha.
And if you really want to, you can give me 2.
Ooh, true.
You have 2 attacks.
First one is 17, and
Okay.
then second one was a natural 1. Great.
So the first one, you kind of you set yourself up and square up your stance. You take a swipe, and your claws just seem to like rake across it, but leave no damage, do no harm. And as that kind of surprises you, you go for the second one, and like you're right in front of this thing, and you just kind of black out for a second, and everybody, you just see him miss, and no one's sure how he did it at a stationary target that's right in front of him. You just miss. Charlie, if you want to give me a strength check and see if
Sure.
you can pry something off.
21.
21. Whew. So you kind of get yourself up, and you kind of got to do that thing where you get like both feet are off the ground, like they're on the automaton, and you just like grab the chest piece and you just start heaving backwards. And eventually you feel something snap, and
Is
you
it my
pop
back?
off.
What the diss?
Yeah, you do the Tobey Maguire. Oh, my back.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But no, it actually pops free, and you're able to
Okay.
catch yourself and land properly on your feet. But yeah, so now you have this like large metal plate that seemed to be covering like just a very complex set of gears that you can see kind of go up from like the chest kind of back towards the shoulders. You see down near like the middle, almost like where the sternum would be, is this sort of like a cube inside of it that has smoothed edges, and you're not
Okay.
sure what that is. But it's not like it seems to be like another metal box, but it's smoothed in its edges.
That's right.
Can I try and grab that?
If you want to,
Sure.
Do we see this?
I mean, she's not hiding it, so
I don't.
It's the same one that Grub was attacking.
yeah.
I'm distracted now with the rusty sword, and I'm just swinging it like. Look.
How big is that sword, by the way?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the one that he popped out isn't like oversized. It's like size for a medium creature.
Okay.
This was from one of the more lithe ones. This wasn't like one of the big like, large size.
Spin move.
Charlie, are you going to just pull this cube out?
Sure.
I was just curious at how it would react to magic. Do you think that's a bad idea? I was just gonna do it, but I had to ask you first. So
Do you want to do it before?
I
You take it out?
I think if you pull it out, it will. Maybe magic will go into it, but it definitely won't start the robot, the automaton. Or, if it's in there, it's in working condition and it's not ripped out of its original place, and so maybe it will turn on, but then it turns everything on.
And if it's a monster, you need trophy, so you got one. But we can do that after.
So, which are we doing?
Light it up. Step back a few more feet.
Step back 5 feet.
I'm gonna
Yep.
just. I'm mostly doing it for the magic, but I am going to cast Healing Word
Okay.
on the actual object itself just to see if it
Sure.
does it.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
I mean, it works in Zelda.
For what it's worth, 6 hit points.
6 hit points. Okay. So you go ahead and you cast Healing Word. And you kind of wait and see if anything changes. And nothing happens. And then maybe 3 seconds later, you start to feel the entire ground rumble beneath your feet.
Oh shit!
Oh,
You feel
Oh
like,
shit! Oh shit!
you guys feeling
This
that?
is just the baby.
Okay.
Can
The
I rip it out?
moment coming now.
Weapons out.
okay, so you can go ahead and try to pull it out. Make a strength check for me.
Sure. Please be high. That's not
Please
high.
take it
That's a
out.
10.
10.
I was gonna give
You
like
grab your hands onto it, you try to pull, you're not able to get it out. And you notice that the other automatons around you all start sinking into the ground.
Where are they going? Uh-oh.
Rub, give me a hand,
are-
quickly.
What do you want?
Are we sinking as well?
No. The
Is
ground
this one-
itself is shaking.
Is this one doing anything?
It's just starting to go down. Like you're seeing like they all start to sink, including the one that you're working on.
Grub,
Starts
help
to go
us.
down.
I give you grub.
Can I have Grub help me try and pull this thing
Also,
out?
I
before
think
this-
in your current form, Aaron, you have advantage on these.
Yeah, I might. Sometimes it's just against monsters of a specific kind, but yeah, let me double check that. Is this just a strength check? Yeah.
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 Yeah, and you have bardic inspiration.
True. Be gone, sidebar. I can't. It won't go away. Please go away. Maximize the damn window. Go away.
What is Grub's strength?
11.
Okay.
0 modifier on that bad boy.
How about you give me advantage then?
Yeah. I'm just helping. Just help.
Okay.
His
Go ahead.
his little hands
Then
can
I'll
go
give bardic
into
inspiration
crevices.
to Charlie.
Okay. Go ahead and make the roll.
Advantage. Roll. Oh, 13, and it's what's the inspiration die?
It's a D6 still, I think.
Oh, yeah.
13 plus 4, so 17.
It's a D8. I lied.
Oh.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
It's 15.
13
D8s
plus
roll.
6, 19.
19.
It just
Okay.
changed last level.
No worries, no worries, no worries. All good.
Why
Um,
are you good at D8s?
So as all these things are starting to sink down, you try to pull it out the one time, it doesn't go. It starts to sink. So like now instead of like more of like a straight pull, you're moving down with it. Grub runs over. He gets his little bat hands in there and starts getting behind it, and you both kind of pull, and like just as it's starting to get down under the ground, you give one final big tug, and like the lip of it kind of catches underneath, and you have to quickly move to like scoop it out before it gets trapped and goes underneath the ground. But you're able to pull it out, and you get whatever this cube is, just as you start to see the chest, and then the neck, and then the head, all disappear under the ground.
If I'm holding on to it, like
Yeah.
almost I don't want to let go.
Mhm.
Is there a point at which it starts to pull me under and I gotta let go, or
Like
does
the
it
whole automat. Well, you guys got the cube out that you were going for.
Yeah, I'm like grasping at it, like don't go. And then if I don't let go of it at any point,
What do you
is
mean?
the
Sorry, the
statue
cube
going-
comes out,
Yeah, and then I grab the whole statue.
and then you're gonna grab the whole thing.
Yeah, you-
Absolutely, yes. There's gonna come a point where it's like,
Down.
Can I grab Grub to try and pull him off?
if you want,
It's not
you guys
much.
can do like contested athletics checks if you want.
Once my whole arm is under there, if it's still going, I'll let go.
Okay.
It's not worth it.
So as that happens, so just like as you're holding on and starts going down, you notice that your arms start getting buried with like soil. And like as you let go and you start to come up, like your arms are just like covered in dirt. and you eventually go and get your arms out, and now there's like dirt in your fur, and it's a whole thing. But yeah, now you guys can tell where these things were out of the ground, by these little soil patches all over the place.
Hmm. Well,
We should probably move from this spot in case other things either come up or go down.
yeah. Okay. Do you want to dig down for him?
You're mute, Ray.
No. We at least got an interesting piece. And there's the chess piece. Or did that go down too?
The chess piece did not go down.
Plus, we know where they are and they're hidden now. So, assuming they're still underground, at least we know the spot.
You can mark it on your map.
I'm gonna
Okay.
untangle the little note that I wrote. I'm gonna start adding more notes.
So
Yeah.
I walk away from the automaton minefield before I bother really looking at the cube.
Yeah, no problem. So you guys kind of all walk back towards the road and towards where the carriage is. And yeah, so you're holding a cube that's probably maybe a foot by a foot by a foot. So it's a decent size. It's not super heavy.
What's it made out of? What
uh,
have I seen the material before?
Make a intelligence check for me.
No, that's not good. 5.
5. You're not really sure exactly what type of metal it is, but you are certain it is metal. And you can tell even by like just like the weight of it. You give it a little shake. You don't hear anything, but you can tell like something is inside of this thing. But
Well, this is something.
Yeah. This is something cooler. And I lift up the sword onto my shoulder and I start walking back to the carriage.
He is going to be so dangerous with that.
Do we have any way to maybe open this?
Maybe I was thinking that maybe we can wait. Maybe we can meet somebody in core that would be better suited for the job. We have no idea what
Okay.
that is, and it could be valuable to somebody.
I'm sorry. I will say too. This isn't like now that you have it out and you're able to look at all sides of it. It's not entirely sealed on all sides. Well, sorry, it is sealed on all sides. But on the back side, so the side that would have been like facing inwards to the chest, you can see a seam of something. There isn't like a door handle or anything to get it open, but there is some kind of seam. And where you had pulled it out, coming out of like the top of the cube, there's like what can only be described to us as like a port of some kind.
Okay.
Anyway, well, that whole
We can bring it back to
shenanigans-
this.
I'm sure there's some artificer in the merchant quarters and core that will be more than happy to take a look at that for you.
Yeah, we don't know if there's something in there that could break once we open it without being a professional. Anyway, while you guys were doing that, I wrote a letter to Lord Emmett. Maybe they can do some excavation. Nailed it. Here. And at least we kind of did our due diligence. And with your blessing, I'll send Lucy on her way, unless you wanted me to add something else to the note.
No.
Does it? How much is it worth? Like
The finder's fee.
Yeah.
I'll add that to the note. I'm pretending to write, but I didn't write anything.
Understandable.
Insight? do we notice this?
I'm preoccupied. I'm trying to put the sword up against the side of the carriage and like get it to hang against the boards in a way that looks cool.
If I didn't hear any objections, I'm gonna send Lucy on her way.
Cool.
We
No problem.
need nails for that. Or are you just going to ride with it across your lap?
Well, I don't know. I was thinking it could be like a flag or like a symbol.
Maybe a symbol, because I don't really. It's a sword, it's not a flag.
What's the difference?
tie
Never
some of the
mind.
reps on
You
your
do
hand.
it if it makes you happy. I'm sorry. I don't know what
It's
I
a
was
flag
thinking.
now.
Just something, like the soldiers. They sometimes will have like a thing on their armor that's like an animal or something, so we can get something on here that's like it's us. We're this, So when people see it, they're like, oh, it's them.
Well,
So we're
Lord
the
Emmett
punch
would have
drunk
known.
champions, and our symbol is a sword.
Oh yeah, that's dangerous.
And
Okay.
actually, that reminds me, Pitts. Can I guess, maybe make an investigation to see if like there's anything particularly noteworthy about the metalwork, or if it's like a sword from some martial school I recognize?
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and make an investigation or a history check, whichever you prefer.
I'll go history.
Mhm.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You kind of throw back your mind to the classes that you've taken. You've studied a fair bit of history yourself. This doesn't remind you of anything that you've learned, which isn't all that surprising to you, because you like even like looking at this the way like weapons pretty well, the way this was made, and even the way the design of it, the shape of it, because it's kind of curved instead of just being like a straight blade. Your mind just keeps kind of pointing to like pre-revival.
It's certainly a unique piece of metalwork. Might not actually make that terrible a symbol. It's going to stick out in the minds of those that see it.
Yes, the only concern I have is that my father is obsessed with pre-revival things, and if he sees it, he's going to want it. So when we get there, maybe don't put it up, and then they'll put it up again.
Okay.
Err on the side of caution.
Also, that
It'd be
cube,
worth a lot of money, though.
Charlie, that cube,
Mhm.
do not even bring it into my house. It's probably the worst idea ever. If we're going to find someone to look at it, it's going to have to be someone we trust, because he has eyes and ears everywhere, and if he gets word of this, he's going to want it. And so
I leave the choice of the artificer up to you. I don't know anyone in Core.
El probably knows someone. We'll ask him when we get
I hop back in the carriage with my cube.
Okay.
Glorious cube.
Wonderful cube.
Well,
on
let's
the
cook
road
one.
again.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys gather all your things. Grab your. If you want to, you could probably find a way to get this sword to stick in or stick to the carriage in some capacity if you like. If not, you can have it with you, no problem.
I'm just holding on to it for now.
Okay. And then you guys gather all your things, head back on the road, and continue your journey.
That was certainly an interesting diversion.
Yeah, we got ourselves a monster pearl. Those are always nice.
Yes. I hadn't considered naming it as such, but perhaps it'll be worth something.
Yeah, hopefully. Sometimes they're fun to like bite on and suck on, but not this one. It's too big.
I guess the edges wouldn't be great either.
Yeah. Usually they're more rounded off. Sometimes a little spiky though, salty.
I'm going to have more questions for you later about that. I just like turn my head and snap the reins.
No problem.
What questions could you possibly have?
Yeah, that's the whole.
Silas
thing
didn't know
right
how
there.
else to end that conversation aside from.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. Yeah. So you guys travel for probably. You guys got to that about midday, so probably another 5 or 6 more hours at most as the sun starts to come down.
Start handing out some of the cold cuts from the backpack.
Nice.
Doing the rounds.
The fresh cold cuts from today or the older ones?
Well, you got to start from eldest first.
Right.
Give everything its time. So, I don't. Whatever we got the first time we were here, I think it was bread, some fruit that is like.
Wait, the first time we were here?
Yeah, so 3, 6.
Oh,
that's
From
probably
like a week and a
8
half ago.
Yeah, it's like 8, 9 days ago.
Some bread, some meat.
It's well cured.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to squeeze it, and it's just rock solid.
Yeah, but like a hand apple, and it's like spongy. It's like lost all its moisture.
You know, cold cuts like eventually will just turn gray. Like they stop having whatever color they had. Some of them, you can see that on like the edges, and some of them like a quarter of the way through. But
Do you want to hunt for a rabbit again?
It could be fun. Yeah, sure.
Zelmus is not looking so great.
Like drunk?
No, it's probably the first day in like 3 months that he is probably almost 100% sober. So he's looking pretty rough.
Oh no, the cumulative hangover.
Yeah.
As I'm like handing out my little snacks, then I look up at you and just a slap of bologna type meat. Like, looks like you need it. Move along.
Yeah, I go, no constitution check needed. I definitely go and quietly vomit in the corner.
Well, Grub goes off to go maybe hunt something. I throw away the food that he gave me and start like actually preparing some of the food that we bought.
yeah, you guys have. I think cumulatively you would have had 35 days worth of rations.
Yeah,
So
I'm definitely
cool.
having one of my rations. There's no fucking way.
Plus, couldn't believe you were like, want to go hunt a rabbit? You guys have 35 days of, or 35 rations.
It seems more like he's like, hey, want to get the fuck out of here?
I don't want to be
Little
rude
bit.
and throw this out in front of you.
Yeah. But yeah, you're like Grub runs off to do Grub things. And yeah, if you want, you can dispose of that food. He also, Grub, would you have left your pack behind, or would you have taken everything with you?
No, I could leave it there, and whatever. I would just take the daggers with me. And,
Okay.
Trust.
and the
So, Charlie, you do notice his pack there, which is where he is constantly pulling this food out of. Just so he knows.
Carly's not the kind of person to go rifle through somebody's belongings, so even though
He's trying to
every
poison
instinct
you.
is like saying you need to dispose of that before he offers you week old apples again, like week old bread.
On the bright side, I think Grub might lead to this world's discovery of penicillin.
There's the upside. All right.
Yeah, I just prepare some food for myself and anybody else who wants it.
Some magic food.
I was gonna say, are you
No.
making anything in particular? No. Okay.
It's just food.
Do I stumble upon any rabbit-like animals?
Make a survival check for me.
Even a bird?
You're gonna do a Zelmuth?
Maybe bring them a little gift. 13.
13? You don't find. Actually, hold on.
Maybe I do.
Picturing you like dropping it out of your mouth at his feet like a cat.
Yeah, hands are full. And each of you.
So you do while you're out and about, kind of doing your hunting, you do come across a nest, and
Okay.
you can either choose to check the nest.
Yeah, it's
Or
right
you
up
can
in a
wait.
tree.
It's up in a tree. Yeah.
Yeah, I go up there right away.
Okay. Give me an athletics or acrobatics check. Take your pick.
I can't. 16.
16.
Yeah.
You get up there, no problem. It's not that difficult. And you look inside, and you can see 3 small eggs, bluish in color.
Bluish. Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I pocket those real quick.
Okay.
Do I see any birds nearby?
You don't notice any birds.
Okay. I'll go down
Mhm.
and just carefully holding them between my hands. I'll walk all the way back.
Okay. Yeah, you make it back without issue. And you guys see Grub return, and he's got a little tray. He got his hands full,
Yeah.
and you can see.
Silas, I got your favorite. And I hold up to him. Yeah.
They're small, but Those
Tried to
will,
order these for you before, but they didn't have them, I guess. So, ta-da!
that's
I recognize the
very
species
thoughtful.
of bird.
Make a nature check for me, or survival.
Nature or survival?
Just nature. Sorry.
No, tragic. Intelligence is not my strong suit. 15.
15. You're not 100% certain. You're thinking potentially of some kind of hawk or something like that.
Okay.
They're not like tiny eggs, like they're decent sized eggs. So it's from a larger bird. But hawk or a falcon.
Well, we can make an omelet tomorrow.
But
That,
Or do you want them now?
no, I think what you're making will be more than sufficient.
you
But,
just drink them.
Normally, yes, but I have a thing against drinking wild eggs. I got sick once.
Oh, okay. All right. I hand them to Charlie then.
Thank you. Okay. I wrap them up carefully and put them in my pack with the rest of my food.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. You can add 3 large bird eggs.
It could be a convenient drink on the go, though. If you don't have anything, just crack one open. I wonder how long you have to wait for them to be birds.
Depends on the bird.
Can I have one? I'll just put one kind of nestled into the middle of the backpack, maybe between a piece of bread and some meat, so it's like softened a little bit.
You need to be careful and you need to keep it warm.
Warm. And take it out and pull out all the cold cuts, I guess. Take it out and I put it like where all my little vials are hanging by my side. Just tuck it into that little pouch.
Okay. All right, good to know. You can mark down that you've got an egg in your pocket.
All right.
You got a pocket egg.
Oh
You
no.
got- you're incubating an egg.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I don't tell Zelmith that I have the egg. He probably knows, but I don't tell him.
Zell is having a miserable time at the moment. He is still puking.
Yeah. He doesn't really notice.
Nice. Manage inventory. Is there egg in D&D Beyond?
Probably not.
Maybe not.
That sounded like a question that would have been asked on Yahoo Answers. Is egg on D&D Beyond?
Yeah. Damn it.
With no responses.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? Oh, well.
So, who's going to keep watch tonight?
I will start first.
I'll take last watch.
I can go middle.
I can join you, Elhorn.
Sure. What about you, brother? You don't look so good.
Well, you know, Father doesn't like when I drink, so I should probably stop anyways. Got a week to sober up.
It's going to be a miserable week.
Go fuck yourself.
Zelmith, can you roll a Constitution saving throw for me, please?
Yeah, my specialty. 7.
7. Okay. You have a rough night, but we'll get to that. All right, so Charlie, you're going first
With Elhorn, yeah.
with Elhorn?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, so if you guys like, you can roll perception checks for me as the sun sets, night comes. You get a nice fire going if you choose to.
14.
Sure. 16.
Okay.
Get percept.
Yeah, there's nothing that you guys really notice. Seems like the area around you is pretty quiet.
Since it seems like it's pretty mellow evening, I'm gonna use one of the eggs and I'm just gonna like make some pasta.
Okay. You got flour and everything?
Yeah, from like a week ago when I bought stuff for like cooking.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Tart.
Charlie,
Elhorn.
how did you end up cooking? I know a lot of
Learning?
people. Yeah, I mean,
I've been
kids a
living on
week.
my own since I was 13.
Yeah, no, sorry. What I meant is like, how did you pick up cooking? Did you learn it from parents? Did you just kind of do it out of
Oh,
necessity?
no, I had to do it at the monastery when I was with the monks.
And that was just a chore that was kind of given to you, or did
Yeah,
you choose that?
yeah. I was only one of the few girls there, so I was spending most of the time in the kitchen, preparing the dinners for everyone.
And how long were you at that monastery?
Um, from about 10 to 13.
And then you traveled after that, or
Yes, I had to. I didn't have much choice. I went to Atholito after that.
um, and you stayed with that those. Hold on, time out. Did we end up finding out that you were helping people at in Athleta? Like, did we meet them? I don't think we met them.
You didn't meet anybody
No.
specific.
Okay. Okay. Never
In
mind.
the Fight Club, she was helping people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed that you had quite the connection in Athleto and the one shady kind of area. And how did you get into doing the healing there?
It's just a way to, not starve to death. I've been there for the better part of 30 years.
And if you don't mind me asking, how did the scar happen? Was it in Athleto? Were you doing other things?
Oh, no, that was when the monastery got destroyed.
Oh,
When
so
I
you
was
were
13.
pretty young.
Yes.
Um, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that.
It's okay.
What happened to the?
Obviously would have preferred not to have happened, but
Yeah. Well, what happened to the others in the monastery once it burned? Do you know what happened to them?
pretty certain everyone is dead.
This is the best nighttime story I think somebody could have asked for.
No.
I'm being sarcastic.
You're welcome.
Yeah, sure. Let's kind of change it up a little bit.
So
So
why do you and your brother hate your father so much?
it's an interesting question. Like Solomon has said, it was kind of a battlefield there at the house. Everyone is kind of jiving for position in the hierarchy, and you just kind of do your best to win some little battles here and there. Try not to get eaten alive by your siblings, our siblings, I should say.
You have a few siblings, right?
We
I
have
think you mentioned this
11.
a week ago. Yes, that's a very large family.
Is that true? Yeah.
Do you like you don't remember?
Yeah, sorry, that was yeah. There's they're not all close to our age. Some of them are much older, some of them are quite young. So they all kind of do their own thing. So it's kind of hard to keep in touch or keep them all in our minds. Some of them are in their 70s, 60s, so quite a while. So
That's quite an age difference.
yeah,
And
father is a busy bee.
is he the elf half then, since you have siblings who are 70?
Well, our mother was half.
He's been having children for 70 years and he's human? How
No,
old
sorry,
is your father?
No, hold on. Time out. Our father is elvish. Our mother is
Okay.
human. That's what I said. Is that not what I said?
No.
Oh, that's okay.
I thought I was going crazy. Your dad's like
That's-
90 and going at it, huh? All right.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Sorry.
It's a battlefield, baby.
Yeah. On time.
You weren't wrong. You said your mom was half of your half. Which
Yeah. It's
One
yeah.
of
I
the
meant that she was a human. I apologize, y'all. Anyway, yeah, he's quite the busy bee, like I said before. However, some of them aren't his legitimate children, so
And
marriages.
you two are, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Is that like current marriage, or do you
His
have a
current
lot of
marriage
younger half siblings?
is to the human side. Yeah, the youngest.
Oh, that's great. That's a very large family. That's lovely.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, you'll meet them. You'll judge for yourselves. I don't like to kind of put pre-exposed notions in people's minds, so you make your own.
You're not going to poison the well.
Uh, let's just say me and my family have a different connection than the rest.
Okay, well, it should be
I didn't
interesting
have it
meeting
as target
everyone then.
Zelmuth. Sorry, say that again.
It should be interesting meeting everyone then.
Yeah, I wonder how many of them are going to be at the house. Well, I guess we'll see when we get there. But anyway, as long as you don't say too much and don't come off as weak, you'll be fine. He has
Oh,
a
okay.
he has a way of reading people, and if you're weak-minded or weak in stature, he will kind of pick on you.
Oh, okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, just look grumpy, kind of stiff, and don't say anything. You'll be fine.
I don't do grumpy very well.
Oh, so that is just your natural face.
I'm going to choose to ignore that.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should wake up the next person.
Yeah, I agree. Go wake up, Grub.
Wow. Wow.
Oh boy! Everything was
I
going
just
so
thought you were a
nicely.
grumpy person.
Okay.
I feel like there's a
Oh,
difference.
so it's just your resting bitch face.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I put
I
my
just always
mask
saw
back
you-
on.
That one is definitely not like Kamari, I'll tell you that. Good
I was
night.
bad with conversations. I just pack up the pasta that I made and like wrap it up so it doesn't get wrecked and just put it in my bag.
Cool, no problem. Then Grub, yeah, you get next watch. I think you're solo on this one.
Well, I'll tap Zelmuth. Like,
Okay.
wake up! Wake
I
up!
made a constitution check earlier. I don't know if I'm getting up. You tell
I
me.
mean, so you wake up and you feel awful, and because honestly, you feel like for most of the night you've just been tossing and turning. Nothing's comfortable. Nothing's cozy. It's been shit, and you feel like it's been 10 minutes since you all laid down, and
Yes, what?
Look, it's time.
No.
You need something? You need anything? Some meat? Some bread?
No. Sleep, please.
Well, we gotta do our watch, so I'll fall asleep if I do it alone.
Okay. I'm getting up. And I just slowly pick myself up and just like uncomfortably lean as far. I'm like in a sitting laying position, like Yes. Okay.
Alright.
Let's do this.
You doing anything good lately?
Nope. Some would say I've done the opposite recently.
Did you not eat or something? Why do you seem like?
No, I'm not really hungry. I have a stomach thing right now.
Oh, okay. Want me to get you something?
Some water, maybe. I left my water skin over there. If you could just grab me a water skin or something.
Sure. I just get up and look around. Is there one? She's just lying to me. Is there a?
Do you?
I mean,
Is it
I
there or
didn't
is it in
bring
the
my water
carriage?
skin.
Oh yeah, I just grab anyone's then.
Yeah, you find. One sec. You find Charlie's water skin.
Okay. Just
I
go
rolled
up,
for it.
grab it, give it a little shake.
Yeah, there's water in there.
All right. Go back. Here you go.
Thank you, Grub. And I take a small sip. Grub, can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
The truth is, I don't really like drinking that much.
You said you wanted to
Yes.
be honest with me, but then you said that.
Yes, drinking is fun. The amount of drinking I do is mostly just to piss off my dad. He's a man who likes things as pristine and perfect and by the book as you can get it, and so I do the opposite.
Okay.
Well, I do the opposite when I'm not around him, which is why I'm not drinking, because I need a week to present the proper face, I suppose.
Okay. It's important for him.
Yes.
I don't know how to fix it for you.
Oh, Grub, that is the sweetest thing you've ever said, but you know what? I won't even make the joke. It's sweet. Don't worry about it. You can't fix a hurricane. It just sort of happens.
Okay.
You just gotta hunker down and try and survive the storm until we leave call.
Okay. Well, I hope you feel better. Does this count? I lift up my little flask of the grok black liquor from before.
Yes, it counts.
Oh
man,
this would be bad. This would be worse or better.
I mean, it's tempting.
The sound of roll.
But I'm good.
Nice.
I rolled a natural 20.
Okay. All right. Nice. Well done.
Damn, that's tempting.
Should I?
There's only like 30 minutes left. Are you cool if I just go off my watch now and go back to bed? And can you stay
Sure.
up for 30
No
minutes?
problem. Should I burn it? And I hold the flask out over the.
No. It's yours and it's special and it's from home. Don't burn it.
Okay. All right. I tuck it back in.
I'm gonna go pretend to sleep for a few hours.
Yeah, I tuck in close to the fire, and I take that little something out of my pouch and very sneakily hold it closer to the fire for the rest of my watch. Not too close. Like
What are you
still
holding closer to the fire? Sorry.
The egg.
Oh.
He's trying to warm it up.
In my hand so that I know it's not.
Yeah. Okay. No problem.
Just holding it there while I would do my watch.
Make a nature or survival check for me. I'm just curious. Or actually, yeah, nature or survival. That's fine.
You were thinking animal handling.
100% I was.
It's like, does it count yet?
That's not exactly. That was exactly where I went. I was like, well, not
That's where
yet.
you need a husbandry check.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. No problem.
Plus.
No, that was with my +5.
Oh.
That good. No problem.
Yeah. And then Can I do any perception checks as I'm
Yeah, you can do a perception check.
I'm not gonna do
18?
18. Okay, yeah, no worries. Seems like the rest of your watch passes without issue.
Okay. At the end of it, I just go and wake up Silas.
Warning.
Your turn. Nothing killed us. Pretty good. Selmith might be dying. I don't know. He's been groaning.
We all feel that way when we stop drinking.
Oh, okay. Never tried that. Like stopping. Weird.
Yeah. It's not impossible.
Okay, well, I need to sleep. And I just kind of take off towards the carriage.
Are you gonna sleep in the carriage?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone else is already in there, but I'm gonna do the like take everything out, put it on the bench, make sure it's all there, and sleep on the floor in between them.
Yeah. I don't think anybody else will sleep in the carriage, right? I think you all set up bedrolls and stuff. Okay. And Silas, I'll get a perception check out of you, please.
Yeah, sure. This can't possibly go bad.
Okay.
It could be the -1.
A good minus.
Making my score a 2.
2.
Yes.
Yeah. The although you're having that problem where, like, you know, you look at the fire, you look out, and you look back at the fire, and you're not giving yourself the time to have your eyes adjust at all. So you can see a good 5 feet outside of camp in all directions. Seems
That's all
fine.
you need.
Yeah, exactly.
Huh.
Nothing's within
If
5
it's
feet. you
not
kill
within
it.
5 feet. It's not a danger.
There you go. This guy gets it.
Yeah, I do spend some time like stoking up the fire and
Mm-hmm.
make sure that there's like going to be some nice fresh coals for the morning when Charlie gets up and makes that omelet I'm looking forward to, because I know there's 3 eggs.
Great 3-egg omelet coming right up.
Yeah.
But once I make sure I'm kind of alone, I pull out the sending stone
Okay.
and reach out to Lady Carleth.
Now, before you do this,
Yes.
make an Arcana check for me.
Sure. God damn it. 6.
Okay, that's not the worst. Just given actually, make it with advantage. You would, in theory, have advantage on this.
With
yeah.
advantage.
Just because of your training.
7.
Oh god.
You can do double digits,
So
There are 20 sides of that
How
die.
did you
Okay,
pull a 3?
that's like your opinion, man.
That's incredible.
So I will say, you've never used a sending stone before, and I'm quite certain you don't have the spell sending. What you gather before you say anything, you gather that this is like a finite thing. You're not sure finite by how much. Like, Silas doesn't know for sure, but he is sure that it is finite in some capacity. But yeah, the floor is yours.
Yeah, just sort of like gently like cup the stone like in my hand. Like, Lady Carleth, I thought you should know that I've decided to take up the cause you have put before me, and I am now 5, maybe 6 days away from Core. I intend to seek out my mother. Yes.
You hear her. You do hear her voice, though she does sound sleepy. Because it's like 5 a.m. and you're
Look,
that guy.
You know what? The first time she contacted me, it was late already. I just figured she was a Nighthawk. It was after a night of drinking. Everybody else was asleep. It
You
was like 3
contacted
o'clock in the morning.
her. She told you where to find you via letter, and
she
you
was
found her.
awake.
She
She
was
was awake.
awake. She allowed the precedent to be set.
Silas with the booty call at 5 a.m.
It's a duty call. Thank you.
Ayo.
Boo. Yeah, so you do hear her sleepily say, You must not have used these before. Only 25 words. Didn't get whole message. Will contact you in core.
It's such a strange.
Acknowledged.
10-4.
10-3?
Sleep well.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no part of you knows that didn't go through. This is a once-a-day thing. Respect.
Sending magic in D&D is so strange because it's like at any time anyone can talk to you. You can't do anything about it. Like, and they don't even have to know you personally. Like, imagine celebrities in the D&D world.
You just have to know of them, and you're good.
Like,
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
if you're
How do you
notifications-
screen your sending stones?
Yeah, you can't turn off notifications. Everyone can access you all the time.
Now you got to get the there's like what are the fuck the medallion? There's like medallions and like necklaces you can get and shit. That are like block anything.
Like,
Yeah, it's like full block, no scrying. Because imagine scrying.
Yeah,
Celebrity sex tapes everywhere.
Yeah,
So many videos of people pooping.
You just do like scry, and then you get other people to read your thoughts. There it
Boom.
is. That's
the
instant.
internet,
That's
baby.
porn for everybody. It's fucked up, man. It's a fucked up system.
So
You can stop now.
think about it.
Before too long, though, the sun rises. Everybody wakes up. Zelmith, take a point of exhaustion.
Did I get a long rest, or did I
You
just
still-
take a point of exhaustion?
You get the long rest, but you take the point of exhaustion.
Oh yeah. Roger.
I did like seeing that internal struggle there, Pitts.
Yeah. Yeah. Frankly, I don't really think it makes much of a difference. You got like one spell slot back.
Yeah.
Just the detect magic,
Yeah.
so that's fine.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Does anyone know where my water skin is? I'm just looking around the whole campsite.
Oh yeah,
The muted guy has it.
muted, but I'll run as messenger with some guilt between the two of you.
Yeah, I'm doing ascending spells, just a lot of lag on my side. So.
What speed do sending messages move at?
Pretty sure it's instantaneous.
I think this might be yours. Sorry, I am very thirsty.
It's okay. You kind of look like shit right now.
You're so sweet for saying that. Thank you. Can we fucking go, please?
You wanna up top or inside?
Language.
Uh,
Oh, up top. Yeah, he looks like he needs the air.
Oh, you can take Elhorn spot.
That sounds awful. I'll be in the carriage.
It's missing out.
If you want, Silas, I can take the reins today.
You know, I do appreciate that offer, but I think you said you were going to cook me breakfast. So while I appreciate that, no, I'll take the reins.
I never said I would cook you breakfast.
You said you were going to make me an omelet,
I said that to Grub because he found the eggs, but he kept
gave
one.
them to me. Wait, he kept one.
You don't have any eggs. I have the rest of the eggs.
Just like kick a rock by the fire and just go and sit on the cart. I was promised eggs.
I'm so peeved right now.
I am so PO'd, gosh darn it.
Did you keep your egg warm overnight?
Yep.
Talking
You
to
can see
Grub.
like my one hand's been in like that pocket ever since like all night. My hand just in the pocket holding the egg, still in there. Yep, nice and toasty. You think like tomorrow, maybe the day after?
I did open one of the eggs and probably longer. They're not ready yet.
Okay. What'd you do with the egg?
I made some pasta. Food. Sorry. My mistake.
The nonverbal interpretation and messenger was just so good. Food.
I love that. It's food. Which is funny because like I would never consider just like pasta on its own as a food without anything else. Like I wouldn't just eat even fresh raw pasta. But
I wasn't suggesting eating it raw.
well, you just oh, that's great. But I was okay. All right. Well, I'll hop off towards the carriage.
All right.
What do you?
I'll
have
let
there,
Silas
Rob?
sulk inside the carriage, and I'll take the reins. It was a miracle that he thought I was cooking him an omelet, but like whatever.
Wow. You are grumpy. Shit. No, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as you guys pile into the carriage, so far the morning's looking pretty nice. Not too many clouds in the sky. Nice, 15 degrees Celsius. I'll have somebody go ahead and roll another d10 for me, please.
I haven't done it in a while. I'll take it if everybody's okay with that.
Sure.
He wants to
All
roll
right.
the death.
Can't wait. to-
Zelda has his head sticking out the window, just trying to enjoy the cool air.
Yeah.
No music, no wine. Very quiet in the carriage this morning.
What do you
I'm gonna
guys
count mage hand.
think I rolled?
Is
It was
a three?
below 5 because it was a D10.
It's probably a 3 then. A 1. Hey. Not too bad.
I recall the last time I rolled the D10, I think it was a 1 as well.
That sounds right.
What can I say? You're just
Why just
special.
roll the death?
Yeah.
Why just roll the death?
You
Okay.
gotta start believing in Elhorn's god. The god of luck. You're crushing it.
You miss? He's good.
You missed. I'm gonna cast a mage hand and just have it rub Zelmet's back.
That's
You don't wanna
adorably
touch your
sweet.
flirt.
It is invisible, so nobody can see it, but only Zelmeth can feel it.
What a
There's a
dope.
moment where someone is like, "Ah,
Yeah.
thank you."
You almost got ready to spit out his drink. Well done. So the wind starts to pick up. Clouds start to roll in. You don't smell rain on the air, but you feel it get gusty. And you're kind of having to like hunker down, and there's just huge Ray, you know what this is like. I know you've been outside the past few days.
I was doing my best kite impression yesterday. Yeah.
Exactly. It's that kind of like strong gust. Like there's a consistent
Straight at
wind
us.
blowing. More from the side, honestly. Like Charlie, your hair where it's like kind of combed over is like going the other way. And like part of it's just standing straight up because like the hair doesn't bend all the way like back the other way, you know what I mean? So it's pretty windy and pretty miserable. But you kind of hunker down, continue on, and about 2 hours into your travel, out towards the east side of the road, so be towards your guys' left, you see a circle of like standing stones that are maybe 12 feet tall, doing almost like a Stonehenge type thing. Just large stones standing in a circle. Some of them are making like pie. You know what I mean? But
They're
the
not
symbol for pie.
House.
Yeah.
Symbol for pie.
They're a circle of stones that look like a pie.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
I knew what
It's
Fitz
'cause
was
it's
saying,
'cause
and then Aaron
yeah.
goes pie, and I'm like, I know he's thinking about pie.
It's one of those things where like, in my head I said the word PI, so you must know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
I said it.
But unfortunately, you guys heard the E, which I tried not to pronounce, but I did, so that's on me. That's
got
fine.
in there.
I knock on the carriage. Say, there's like a
Not so loud.
touristy thing on the left.
What? More armor guys?
Nope. Let's move on. We're good.
Well, hold
No.
on. Is it armor
Bunch of
guys?
stones.
Just stones?
Look,
All right.
stick your head out the window.
I do the classic climb, open the door and scoot up onto the roof. Yeah, it's a bunch of standing stones.
Yeah, that
Almost
form
carried off.
Anything weird about them?
from this distance you can't tell, but they're probably like 60 to 100 feet off the road, so they're not too far.
Okay. They do look weird.
Wouldn't be much of a detour.
Let's do it.
Let's try.
Whoa.
Whoa, no.
Yeah, and you pull the carriage off to the side.
Hop off.
Okay. Are you all heading that direction?
Zell, you'll be okay in here?
I mean, what other? If I'm not okay, yes.
I just mean you're not going to make a mess, are you?
Remember who bought the carriage, Silas?
Oh, I recall. I just
I
don't
don't-
want to be trapped in here with the smell of vomit.
Well, I was gonna make a mean joke, but I know it's just me sobering up. So
He doesn't want to see the rock. Let's go.
I'm proud of you. Okay, yeah.
Before moving with the group, I'm just going to give the horses some apples
Okay.
so that they're content, and then head my way over there.
Okay. So Zelmith, you're staying behind. Everybody else is going over.
yeah, I'm gonna
Cool.
like look out the window or whatever side it's on, so I can see what's going on.
Yeah,
over
so at the
there.
window to your left, no problem. You can kind of like you can even if you want to, you can kind of prop yourself up so like your back is like up against the wall and you're looking out the window straight towards where they are. Like you can get yourself nice and kind of comfy, cozy, and like kick your legs up if you want to and that sort of thing. But yeah, so the rest of you head over in that direction. And like I said, it's just a short walk off the side of the road, and you see a bunch of, like I said, about 12-foot high standing stones that all form a perfect circle. And you're kind of having to like keep an arm up against the wind sometimes. And Grub, there's a couple times where like the gust picks up, and it kind of like pushes you off to the side a bit. Yeah, but you guys,
The cape doesn't help.
but you guys approach the stones.
All right. Got my hood up and everything. My whole dwarf set up basically.
Mhm.
Does it have any markings, any written or pictures or anything?
Make a perception check for me.
Of course.
Did you guys see
That's
this
a 10.
on your way here?
Nope.
You would know.
They look like someone made them. You don't usually see rocks like that.
But how would one go about stacking them like that?
I bet you could
Magic.
do magic.
It just solves every problem, doesn't it?
It seems to.
I wouldn't
Hey,
really know.
Maybe those machines did it.
They seem more dirt based.
Perhaps they
Can-
push the rocks up from underneath the earth.
Oh, they're underneath. Oh.
So with the 10 that you rolled, Elhorn, just so you know, you don't see any lettering or anything like that. You do see that like, while these are kind of regular, like almost like a brown stone, you do see like within the stone, kind of like when you like crack a stone in half, right? And you can kind of see the inside. You do see like almost like a dull blue, like vein of something running through them, and you kind of notice it on all the stones around you.
Okay.
How do you think they pushed the one up on top? Or do they do it
Lower
underground? Start it down there and push them all up like that.
That'd be my guess.
Do they seem dirty?
The stones themselves,
Yeah.
not that you can tell. If you want to like take like a really close look, you make like an investigation check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sort of push up close to take a look at that sort of blue streak, see if I recognize it as like a mineral or something.
Sure. You can make a history check for me.
We got 19.
19. Okay. Or a nature check, Silas. Sorry. Either or.
I'll go history. 15.
15. Okay. Yeah, they don't. It doesn't look dirty, Grub. It doesn't look like these were ever underground or anything like that. And as you guys are kind of like looking at the rocks from the outside here, Silas, you take a look at the vein itself, and it doesn't remind you of anything. You know that there are like blue gems and things of that nature, but this doesn't seem like an uncut gem or something like that. just it seems different. It just gives you a different feeling. This isn't like precious metal necessarily, or precious gems
Okay.
or anything.
Just seems like a sort of like typical mineral, just possibly streaked differently.
Some kind, yeah, but not one that you've ever noticed, like, or that you've ever seen or read about before.
And the stones, they're all set in a circle. You said
They are
right?
set in a circle. Yeah,
Okay.
very Stonehenge-like.
Is there any
Is there?
pattern?
I was just gonna ask, yeah, or if there's anything else like in the circle that would indicate the potential use or meaning of this arrangement.
Both of you make an intelligence check for me.
I have to stop using my head. Never mind, natural 20.
Okay,
21.
21. Okay, Silas.
1.
So Charlie.
Ow! Ow!
Yeah.
Thinking too
I
hard.
was thinking again.
Charlie, you notice. Sorry. You notice that as you're kind of looking and you're inspecting like the pattern that they're in and things like that. You guys are standing in long-ish grass, not super long or anything like that, but obviously this is grass that isn't regularly cut. You notice in the center of this circle of rocks, the wind isn't affecting the grass. The grass is just perfectly like laying the way grass would if it wasn't windy outside.
Okay, I go over to the center. Is there any kind of...
You walk into the center?
I go towards the center. I'm not a psychopath.
Well, it's a fucking circle and you're on the outside. There's no going further towards the center.
Oh, do you mean like the
going in.
whole center, or just like a foot in the middle?
No, I'm talking about like anything past the threshold of rocks. You're not seeing the grass
Oh.
getting blown over.
Ah, yeah, fuck it. I walk inside the circle then.
Okay,
Not
so
a psychopath.
you guys walk Charlie. You guys watched as Charlie walked into the center of this thing. Okay. As she does so,
Changes like that. I hate when it changes like that.
as she walks into the center, the thing that you notice immediately, Charlie, is silence. You do not hear the wind. If anybody is talking at any point in time, you don't hear them. You hear nothing.
Do I still see them on
see
the other
them?
side of the rock?
You see them and they're there and they seem fine. But you don't hear anything. And for everybody that's standing outside, you see Charlie. She just walks into the middle of this and you see her kind of look around, look back towards you.
I don't know, Elhorn. You said magic does it. Hit it with magic.
I don't really have magic, really.
You don't. I thought you and Zoe had like magic stuff you could do.
Yeah, we've learned two different schools of magic, but mine doesn't do what his does.
Can you do anything?
I'm going to cast Mage Hand and I'm going to slap Grub.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go for it. And Charlie, now you're watching this conversation take place and you're hearing not a peep of it. It is like the most calm place you have ever been in your life. It's like being in a sensory deprivation chamber without floating in water.
If when I'm facing them, and I say, "It's really quiet here," can I even hear myself talk?
You can hear yourself talk. The three of you, anybody that's looking in Charlie's direction, you see her mouth move. No words.
I think I'm getting slapped at the moment.
Yeah. And at some point, Charlie, you do see Grub go,
So you can't do magic. Hit the rock. Rubbing my face.
I look around inside to see if there's like anything that we might have missed.
yeah, make
from
a perception
the
check
outside
for
of
me.
the area.
Silas, can you do magic? You did a whole bunch of stuff in that
I
fight.
cast Mage Hand and slap him in the. No.
12? So you kind of take a look around and you kind of let your ears kind of wander too. As you look around on the inside, there's nothing that seems different on the inside from these stones than the outside. While you're standing on the inside though, and you're listening, like first it's just silence and then you can almost hear like the faintest murmurs.
Okay.
Like not like
Okay.
just like as if two people were talking a
Can I
great distance away.
Oh, so I can't pick up anything specific? Just like.
With the 12, unfortunately not.
Charlie Brown adults.
Can I kind of narrow down the direction at all, or and head that
Not
way?
really. It sounds like it's coming from around you.
Okay.
What?
What did
What's
you,
the issue?
what you doing? I don't know. I don't have any magic, guys.
Yeah, he's sitting in the carriage.
I
It's really, really quiet here.
Okay,
I
for the
flame
first
on.
time, you just so you know, you guys see Charlie's again. Her mouth move, no noise.
speak up, yell. It's windy. Can't hear you over it. And I do the fire blade, and I'm gonna hit the stone with a fire blade.
Okay, so take your damage. Let's see the 4 first.
Yeah, let me get a 4 up. Zoop. Yep, that's a 4.
I know what happens.
Every time. And then like I kind of do like a ting, to, like try and
Yep.
like
roll an attack roll for me.
combat.
Yeah.
Some contact. Sorry.
Mhm.
20 to hit.
20 to hit. Yeah. Roll damage.
9.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to kind of hit the rock in such a way that you actually like knock a chunk out of it. And then you kind of wait. And Charlie, you see him like him hit the rock kind of from like the side back. You don't really know what happens to it. You don't hear any of that though. It's silent. Nothing seems to happen.
Oops. I handed out to like Elhorn or somebody. Sorry. And then
I'm
I
gonna-
held it against the rock just to bleed.
I'm going to cast message to
Okay.
Charlie,
Okay.
and I'm going to say, either you're messing with us or we can't hear what you're saying.
Charlie, you get the message.
I can't hear you outside of the rocks.
I'm going to go into the circle,
Okay.
into the middle, just to see what
Yeah.
she's.
So yeah, you walk past that threshold of like the circle of the rocks there, and immediately like the sound of like the wind through the trees and through the grass and like the whistling of it just dies. It's gone. And it's perfectly quiet.
Catch. And I put the piece of rock to Silas.
Okay, to Silas. If you had done it to Elhorn, I would have been so happy.
Right.
Just
Lightning catch it, idiot.
I'm going to cast a message to Silas and say,
okay.
it is incredibly weird in here. I can't hear any noise other than Charlie.
Can I hear Elhorn say this?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
That is very odd. Perhaps it's a sacred place as I'm studying the hunk of rock.
The
You
rock?
should probably get your brother here, since it's obviously magical.
Yeah, I'm going to send a message. I think he fell asleep.
I'm trying to like put the chunk of rock back in.
Well, I kind of earned it fair and square. Trying to take it from him.
No, why'd you throw it? No, now it's mine.
Okay, well, yeah, but just don't. It's ours. It's not.
Well, it belonged to the rock first.
Yeah, but if it wanted, I would have kept it.
I'm going to
can't
cast a
argue
message
that.
to Zelmith again. Hey, brother, could we borrow you for a moment?
What?
Just
Yes,
tell
yes.
him what it
I'm
is.
right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I begrudgingly get out of the carriage
Okay.
and begin
As
walking
he's-
towards.
Yeah, as he's walking towards him, I'm going to just catch him up to speed. Middle of the circle, weird. No,
Yes, quiet.
can't hear anything.
Okay.
Nice.
So are you all going into the center of the circle? Sorry, just so I'm clear.
Maybe once we see Zelmuth go, it'd be like, well, what's he doing?
I'm staying.
I'm not going
outside.
into the center. If he explains what's happening,
Yeah.
I get to the edge and I cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Yeah, so you cast Detect Magic, and you do sense that there is some kind of magic to do with this circle. But as you kind of focus and you try to glean more information from it, it doesn't give you the same kind of school in which you used to. The closest, like, you get more of a feeling, and the only word that your brain can put towards this is like primordial.
So pretty old raw magic vibes.
Yes. Like very old.
Knowing that, can I just like think back to all the stuff I might have read about the intensive studies I would have done and
Mhm.
like understand what kind of magic this might produce?
Yeah,
I
you
guess?
you can make a history or an arcana check.
Arcana and history are the same. +6. So I'll do Arcana.
Okay.
Yeah, Arcana. Fuck. Damn it. It's with disadvantage anyways, so
No.
roll the 1.
This seems unlike anything that you remember reading about at any point in time, and gosh, do you wish you had a drink right now.
So
It's
what's
an
the
old
deal?
rock, I say, and they don't hear me.
We got some of it, and I show him the piece.
Put it in my pocket. I don't.
Oh.
I didn't hear her. I didn't understand what he meant. He just handed it to me.
Charlie, I will say you don't notice the murmurs anymore.
That's weird.
Can I stick a dagger in the ground
I'm gonna walk.
and just kind of like make an extra to see if it breaks this
Sure.
weird thing?
You go through and you stick a dagger in the ground and you kind of carve a little X. There's now an X on the ground. Zelmith, you walk in and you notice that instant silence. Like as soon as you're past the rocks, wind,
Can I have that
everything. Yeah, you as he's saying that, you like, can I have that? Nothing.
I think he's ignoring me.
It's pretty strange, right?
Yeah. This is some hella beginning of the world raw kind of magic vibes. So maybe we should get out.
Okay.
And we
I
didn't.
heard murmurs earlier, but
I listen for murmurs.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me, please.
Actually, can I do the same as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah, you can
Now
also
that we're
listen.
all.
I'm going to go and try and pickpocket and get my rock back.
Okay. So
Alright.
as you walk in, you notice that all the sound from outside disappears.
Ooh.
So I'm the only one that distrusts this magic. Okay. That's fine. This is fine.
Does the school of magic change when they go inside? Just curiosity.
Nope.
Nothing else pops up.
Nothing
like,
different.
Underground or
No.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm gonna walk out of the circle.
What were your perception checks?
17.
Okay.
4 or 8 total.
8. Zelmith, you hear, like, she kind of mentions the murmurs, and you can kind of hear them. You can't quite pick out words from what is being said. You can. It kind of sounds like two people talking.
Do I have a sense of a direction?
All around you.
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna cast Identify, ritually cast Identify on this place to see what happens. I don't know if it'll do anything,
Yeah.
but I'm just gonna sit in the center and like pull out all the equipment. And he looks kind of somberly, like this is the first time you. Zelmuth is pretty quiet overall. He doesn't really tell anyone what he's doing. He just sort of sits and pulls out all his instruments, very carefully lays them out, and spends the next 11 minutes just like going over the ritual of Identify.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of position yourself up because I believe you have to touch it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like the space.
Right near the circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
No problem. Yeah, so you sit down, do your preparations, and if anybody else wants to do something else during this as well, feel free. But you go through and you cast identify. What do you want to do, Grub?
I'm pickpocketing to get the stone back.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for me.
18.
18. I think that beats your passive perception, right, Zelmith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Passive perception is 13.
You get a stone back.
Just kind of put it in my pocket and just kind of like look around. Like, it's weird that it's so quiet.
I'm just trying to keep an ear out for the murmurs, but that's all.
I wave Silas in, pointing to my ears.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk out and just tell Silas.
Okay.
Can't hear anything. Also,
Mhm.
throw in the dark Hail Mary attempt. Is there anything in this time, like when but shit, we've just called it something, not calamity. What is it again?
Revival?
Revival.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. Was there any ways that we as creatures on this side could speak to the gods and vice versa? Like, would there be some sort of way to communicate? And AKA, would I have read something about this circle that may?
Make a religion check for me.
Okay, that's a 10.
10. I mean, you would know just from like a base level. There's a lot of people who are obviously very faithful. Things like clerics and stuff like that, and they always do speak of being able to communicate with their gods. You haven't heard anything about this necessarily. Yeah.
Okay.
You're not Zelmith. Grub and Silas. Now that you're in, is there anything you guys are doing in here at all, or if you went in, Silas? Sorry, I'm not sure if you followed
No.
up.
Silas is like absolutely not.
Okay.
I just lay down in the grass.
Okay.
Just look up into the sky.
Just lean up against the rock from the outside,
Okay.
trying to protect myself from the wind from a bit.
Yeah.
For a bit.
Grub, make a perception check for me
Sure.
as you're laying on the ground looking straight up.
That's a casual one. We got a 3.
Okay. You don't have advantage on those or anything, right? I know sometimes your
only
perception
with
is.
monsters or in my other form potentially, but
Got it. Okay.
it's a new
No worries.
day.
Just curious.
Just watch the clouds overhead. If they're all right.
No worries. Zelma, so you finally finished setting up all your stuff. You cast your identify. You get a baseline of information. It's almost like hearing it through a language that you kind of know, but can't fully and correctly translate. The base of what you get essentially is that this is a place where you're meant to listen. Listen to what? You're not really sure, but there's a reason why. Like, you can tell that this is made to block out all other noise except for one. You're not really sure what the one is or what the noise you'd be able to hear is. You heard some murmurs, but that's what you can tell, that these stones are meant specifically to block something out and to amplify the sound of something else.
Charlie, can you come here for a second?
Mm-hmm.
And could you sit down just for a second on the grass with me?
Sure thing.
You said you heard murmurs, right?
Yes, when I first came in.
Okay, I tried to figure out what this place was. It's supposed to amplify. I'm not sure. Hold on. And I sort of go and I try and show Charlie, explain to Charlie, the essence of what I was feeling
Mhm.
in an attempt to give them at least bardic inspiration, if not the help action, to try and figure out what the hell this noise is with the information that I now have.
Charlie, I will let you make a perception check with advantage.
Okay.
No
This-
bardic.
No, Bart.
Gotcha.
Well, hopefully advantage is enough. I was almost a natural 20. I rolled 2 14s, so 21.
21. Okay. So, as you as you sit down and focus, and you kind of understand the essence of in some ways the purpose of this place. You sit down and, using training that you've had for years, you slow your breathing and you block out any other noise of grub rolling in the grass or whatever the heck's going on. But everything goes quiet until you're just hearing your own breaths. And eventually that even kind of starts to fade, though your breathing does continue. And eventually you hear a voice, a murmur, and it gets louder and louder to the point where you can actually understand what's being said. And what you hear is this. The old world is being pushed to the surface. This must be the work of Voraris. And then you hear a second voice, more feminine, whereas the first one seemed heavily deep and masculine. And it says, then you must keep him in line, or work to have this done. Ardea will not be happy. And then it trails. And as you're just kind of about to hear a response, you lose it. And you hear your breathing again. And you can hear people rustling around you in the same space. And you kind of come back to where you were.
Zelmuth is sort of like staring at you intently, like, did I help?
Yes. There were two voices. They were talking about at least one of the gods, and about the old world being pushed up.
What? The
And
old world being pushed up. Sorry.
It's okay, go ahead.
No, that's all I had.
Yes. But that's all I heard.
Charlie, make a religion check for me.
Okay, surprisingly. 22.
What?
I did name one of the crows after Ardea.
Right. No, I know you know that one.
Okay.
What I want to make sure that you also understand is the other name that was put in there, which is Voraris.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
you said it kind of quickly. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, no,
What was
for
it?
sure. Voraris.
Okay.
You would know that Voraris is the goddess of secrets and whispers.
I let everybody know about the two gods that were mentioned, Vararis and Ardea.
What
And-
the hell?
Pardon?
He thinks that was Brickley.
Slowly point up. That cloud looks like a duck.
And with that, that's where we're going to end it for tonight, baby.
Right. The order of deaths. Right.
Yeah.
Like this big, like, huge, heavy moment. It's like, that's a duck. I
No, it's
love
a rabbit.
it.
Oh no, we're gonna die.
All right, everybody. Just want to say thanks very much for coming out. We're the Casual Ones. We stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like I said, we're not going to be back doing this campaign next week. Next week will be our campaign being run by Brickley. But we'll pick up this adventure in 2 weeks' time. So thanks very much for coming out again. Have yourselves a fantastic evening and weekend. Oh, and sorry, I'll plug you, Ray. Ray is back to running our Through the Breach campaign in a couple weeks as well.
Sure am.
Oh yeah.
You good?
Yeah.
I've got the excites.
The anxiety.
Yeah. The shakes, the sweaty palms,
Yeah, the M&Ms.
all that spaghetti. Yeah.
Yeah, boy. All right, everybody. Thanks very much for coming out. Have a great evening. We'll talk to you soon.
See you.
See you later.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.